We're live. How's it going, everybody? Uncle Bruce here with Stock Markets with Bruce. Good morning to all of you. Dare I say, welcome to Friday. It's Friday, March the 26th. Welcome welcome all to
all of
another end of the week show here. I hope you've had a good week. Has it been interesting? Has it been in any way entertaining this week for any of you out there? Stressful, perhaps? Wow, what a week this week. And another fun day coming today. Man, never a dull moment in this business. Hope you're going to have a nice weekend coming up. Hope a lot of you are going to be able to relax. Maybe some of you are going to get outdoors a little bit, get some fresh air. Let's hope for the best. Markets today, what is going on? We are 1 hour away from the opening of our day today. And at this moment in time, we're showing a mixed market. The Dow showing a gain of 140, S&P up 5, and then NASDAQ showing 76-point drop so far. Crude up $1.30 a barrel to 59.87. As I am speaking to you, there's a giant cargo ship with containers on it that is at the moment stuck inside the Suez Canal. Excuse me, it's gone sideways and has blocked all traffic back and forth inside the Suez Canal. It's now been, this is the fifth day. Apparently, the numbers are staggering. Apparently, it's putting a spotlight just on how important the Suez Canal really is to the world economy. It seems that $400 million of goods an hour are being held up. That's 200 million each direction, to give you an idea of how important this is. So that's what's that? 4 billion a day. It's nuts. It's $5 billion a day of goods. $5 billion of goods per day not able to traverse the canal. So there are 200 ships apparently now backed up on both sides of the blockage, waiting for their the green light to go. And of course, officials are frantically trying to get this ship unstuck. Apparently, water levels are relatively low, but there's apparently a high tide coming tonight or tomorrow. Next couple of, there's an unusually high tide scenario which could lift the water level somewhat and take the pressure off the ship. And then there's other concerns about that. The talk is that the nose of the ship is stuck and that the back of the ship is stuck, and that if the water level drops too much, then the middle of the ship could start to bow, and then that could fatally do it in. So now, then what you have to do is remove all the containers on the ship and then cut it apart and get it out of there. I mean, it's just, the logistics are just scary as can be. Anyway, these are big machines, but they're delicate in a way because they're not meant to be just picked up at one end, at the front end, and the back end. Just hold it up like this and expect the middle not to do that. Trouble in the big city here. Anyway, we'll see what happens. I'm sure, I know there are people really working on this to try to figure this out. We have a new member. Hey, M is here. The channel's fine. With M being a member, no one's going to mess with this channel. Thank you, everybody, for popping in. Kevin, also thank you for this donation. So what is going on other than that? The GameStop story, just to kind of fill you in a little bit. Reading article after article, reading blog after blog, all kinds of entities out there who are commenting, as I had expected we would hear once this conference call was held and the financials released. I was hoping for more coverage of GameStop regarding the big picture of GameStop, and that finally broke yesterday. It finally happened, where more articles started to come out about the potential of the company's future, as opposed to its checkered past or whatever the past was. Now, there's always two kinds of media. There's the I guess there's projections of the company, and then there are those who pretend to talk about the company in a positive light or in a more neutral light, but then they put in a couple of digs to kind of put doubt in investors' minds. And you have to ask yourself, really, is all of the media we're hearing, all the stories we're hearing about with GameStop, is all of this truly independent journalism, or is it sponsored? And when I mean sponsored, you kind of know what I'm talking about. It's possibly sponsored by those who want to get a certain message out for a certain objective. All right. Well, I keep getting these, I keep seeing these references from time to time regarding the company wanting to raise money. And like, this is all of a sudden a bad thing. Could crush the will of the investors. It could just flood the market with all kinds of stock, all kinds of this stupid talk. And it is so irrelevant because at we're at, by the way, 196 a share on the pre-market. It's up $12 on the pre-market. It was at 205 this morning already. I fully expect the stock to go over 200 this morning. I do. I don't know if it will, but I do expect it to go over 200 today. If you want to, you look into this filing that the company made, the admission in their financial report saying, yeah, we might raise money. Well, they filed this months ago, and no one paid attention to it. No one cared. But now people care. All of a sudden, it's like, oh, gosh. But the money is so tiny. The filing was a $100 million filing back in December, when $100 million would have made a big difference to the company's overall value. I'm going to say this too, that at the time that the filing was done, it could well have been that the shares were trading at $10 a share, and the company was filed what's called a shelf registration statement with the SEC. I think that's the term, where they go with a broker and they say, we might issue stock up to $100 million worth, but not exactly that, maybe only 10% of that, half of that, depends on the market willingness to buy it, our willingness, whether we want to sell it or not, a lot of factors. Nothing's been done. But at the time, back in December, if the shares were trading at $10 a share and they issued 1 million shares from the Treasury at $10 a share, they would bring in $10 million. For 100 million, they would have had to have issued 10 million shares back in December. Well, 10 million shares on top of the 70 million that were out at the time would have put the overall market outstanding stock at 80 million. Today, at about $200 a share, 20 times as much, $100 million, you're talking about, you can't even issue 1 million shares. I mean, 1 million shares is $200 million. So it's a 500,000 share issuance of stock. 500,000 shares would bring in this $100 million in like 5 minutes. That's all it would take these guys if they were to do it. But they don't need $100 million right now. They didn't need $100 million in December, but they wanted to have the ability, just in case we needed an extra $100 million, we could just go and get it from the market. But they were probably thinking it between $5 and $10 a share. Things have changed since December, obviously, with new management, new majority owner, larger owner, Mr. Cohen, and new board members and a whole new philosophy. So this is irrelevant now. I would be really delighted if the company were to go to the SEC and say, we want to amend this, with Jeffries. We want to amend this offering, that if we were to go to the market, we wouldn't be looking to raise 100 million. I would love them to come out and say, if we're going to amend this thing, we'll raise $1 billion minimum, or 5 billion, or not minimum, but a maximum of 5 billion. So rather than limit yourself at 100 million, which is 500,000 shares right now, why don't you amend it so that you have the ability to do a fundraise up to 5 or 10 billion bucks? That won't cause a problem with the stock market, because the retail investors who have been piling into the stock now for 24 hours, I guess, when it hit 113, 116 yesterday, and now it's all the way up here. These folks know the big picture, and they know that if the company were to raise $5 billion with only $300 million in debt, excuse me, they only owe $300 million. If they added $5 billion cash to the $600 million they've got, 5.6 billion cash in the bank of the company, and they would issue, not a lot of stock to get it. The company would be a lot stronger, and would now be actually the kind of a company that could go on a shopping spree to buy other entities, other companies, perhaps either other public companies or other private companies, and absorb them into this entity and take it further. But I don't see this happening right now for a while. Why? Because the management of the company is, I think, about to dramatically change. 8 directors are resigning from the company, and 8 new directors will come in. We're waiting to find out who the prospective group could be. But something tells me, a little birdie on my shoulder says, they're going to be given the seal of approval by Mr. Cohen. So being that he's the largest shareholder and he's on the board of directors, I have a feeling that the 8 newbies coming in will be very e-commerce centric, in the philosophy of Mr. Cohen, that kind of philosophy, which tells me then that if the company was to raise additional capital going forward, it'll be after Mr. Cohen has the board in place the way he wants it. And I think after the company, GameStop, will have released a lot of information to the marketplace, to analysts, bloggers, and vloggers around the world, so that the entire planet, the investment planet that this company is, will be fully aware of just what the company, where the company is headed for, what its destination ultimately is, and where it's ultimately already going quickly. That tells me that these shares won't be down here. But I don't think so. I think the shares will be substantially higher in price, because the Cohen effect on this company shares is now beginning to show itself. The hedge funds can mess around with the stock all they want. They can try to short it. They can try to slam it. They can try to panic sell it. They can try to panic drop it. They can try every trick in the book to mess with the price performance of the shares in the open market. But when it's all said and done, there is this relentless army, like army ants. There's an army of army ants coming down the field, coming across the horizon, moving forward. And you can get an AK-47 and shoot a machine gun at a bunch of army ants, and it's not going to stop the army from moving forward. And this is what seems to me to be going on with the shares from a retail investor point of view. No one retail investor is coming in here to buy 10 million shares, but 10 million retail investors are coming in here to buy up stock in this company for the long-term hold, because they're buying into the Ryan Cohen effect. They're going, we're with this guy. This guy, we're giving him 2 years, giving him 3 years. We're good. This guy's okay with us. This guy is like a Steve Jobs. He's like a Bezos. He's like Zuckerberg. We're the company is going to be known as the Ryan Cohen led entity. That's the pure fact. When it's all said and done, that is the verdict. And if you're watching and reading any of these posts on Reddit or Wall Street Bets, or you're following a whole bunch of other entities that are following this story, you'll quickly figure out that this is becoming the Ryan Cohen story. That's what this is. And we get it. He is going to, with his team of people, he is going to take this company to a Chewy kind of place. He's going to take it just like Chewy was taken to another level of e-commerce that doesn't exist right now in the gaming sector. That's what's coming up. Get ready, guys. Jack, thank you for joining the group, and Martin, thank you for joining the group as well. Kevin, I'm sort of new. What happens if I set my stock to sell at a certain price and it hits that price during the market, but it also drops shortly after it hits the price? What happens when market open? Kevin, don't put any orders in to sell the stock. Just sit back on the GameStop and just watch the show for now. Regardless of what this does, up or down, just don't do anything. Right now, you're better off to just let it do what it's going to do. There might be volatility here, which is not unexpected, but you don't want to get caught out and be sold out at a low dip when it's just about to pop the other direction. So I wouldn't worry right now. Wally's World Hybrid, so not the real Ryan Cohen last night. I was walking the dog and watched the rebroadcast last night. I would really be bummed if I missed that the real Ryan Cohen joined your channel. Well, there's a guy who joined the channel last night called Ryan Cohen, but we don't know we don't think it's the real Ryan Cohen. But we're happy that someone named Ryan Cohen joined the channel. I mean, no way am I poo-pooing that. Ginnick, IG, hi, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Nice to have you here. So to kind of move on here with the story, this whole montage of my thoughts, the Ryan Cohen effect is now firmly in place and will continue to dominate the stock going forward. And to me, I think you're going to see a relentless acquisition of the shares of this company by small investors who are going to buy it with cash. They're not going to use margin and hedging and all kinds of leverage. They're just going to buy it with cash, and they're going to buy their 1 share, 5 shares, 10 shares, 50 shares, 80 shares, whatever they're buying, and they're just going to put it away because they're looking at it down the road. They don't mind if the stock goes up right now, but their game plan is, we know he has to vote in the directors. This takes a few months with the shareholder meeting. This is all coming. There's a whole new company emerging going forward that we've had in the past, and he's going to execute the plan. Glenn, do you have any out-of-box ideas on how to trade the issue with the ever given in the Suez Canal? How do you trade that? No, I don't have a get-rich-quick idea on how to take advantage of the Suez Canal problem. I don't. So GameStop, don't be surprised if it just goes up to this 220, 250 range without any issues. Do not be surprised, however, if today being option expiry day, it's Friday, options expire today. Could there be some shenanigans by those who are, not interested in having a bunch of call contracts come at them? There might be some attempt to temper the market, maybe not. Maybe the overwhelming buy sentiment is so strong that it won't stop. Could there be, between now and Wednesday night, the 31st of March, a whole bunch of potential attacks on the stock, the company's credibility, a media campaign sponsored by those who don't want this story to succeed? Could they try to crash this market for March 31, the end of the first quarter? Maybe. It certainly didn't stop the market yesterday from taking a shot when it looked like for good day or two or three, it looked like the sellers were going to overwhelm the buyers, the shorters were going to overwhelm the longers, that this stock was going to go under $100 a share. It had every indication that it might go down to $80 or $70. Didn't happen. In a big way didn't happen. And the volume yesterday made a statement. 51 or 50 plus million shares traded yesterday when it was all said and done. That was a sign that, oh, wow, the day before it wasn't heavy on volume, but the day after it, when it came up on volume. In other words, the shorters couldn't stop the stock because 50 million shares of buying power came in yesterday. Think about that. We had 50 million shares of buying power came into the market yesterday, and no one was covering it. Remember that too. No one covered the story. Zach's a grinder. Thanks, buddy, for becoming a member of the channel. Nice to have you here. Brian, if my 270 calls expire in the money, I will no longer say nee. I will say okay. I'll say something else. So wow, if yesterday's average trade was $160 all day long, 50 million shares of buying came in at that level. What's that, $8 billion of buying? $8 billion of buying power came into the stock yesterday, without news. No news announcement from the company, no conference call yesterday, nobody on camera, no interview with anybody that we know from the company, silent, radio silence. CNBC, what did they have on all day yesterday? The congressional hearings with those Congress people talking to the heads of Facebook and Google and whatever. Talk about paint dry, live paint dry coverage, coast to coast. So you saw nothing to, for this to cause this, and yet it happened anyway. Doc is here. Doc, we're good. Great, Scott. We're saved. Doc Thompson has joined the channel. Thanks for joining the channel, Doc, and welcome aboard. So, yeah, that was yesterday. Now, this morning, the stock is being talked about on CNBC in a little tiny way because they're reacting to what happened with the stock, but they're not proactively telling their viewers really why it did what it did. There's no reporter on the story. They just, oh yeah, it went up 50% yesterday after dropping 30% the day before. End of story. After that, we go back to the cricket show. Crickets, that's it. That's the coverage. And until the company takes the bull by the horns and makes the coverage what they want it to be, we're going to have to tolerate the similar stuff. But the good news is, for those of you who are long GameStop and are fans of the company long term, there are a lot of people watching this stock and are saying that the lower that goes, the more I'm buying. And if I get a sense that this this stock is going to start running again, I'm getting in now. And there are people who are getting in right now at 195, 196, because they're thinking this is going much higher. And they're probably right. Because again, I come back to the bottom line of this entire deal. There are only 70 million shares outstanding. 70 million total shares exist. 20-something million are held by management, leaving less than 50 million that could possibly change hands. After that, any shares that change hands above and beyond that number are not actual shares in the company. They're actually shares that are shorted or artificially created through artificial shorts, which would be some selling without declaring shorts, or brokers who thought they could handle short borrowings but ultimately can't. And I'm thinking it's as high as another 150 million shares. I mean, I cannot be talked out of the fact that I think there's 200-something million shares trading hands, possibly changing hands in GameStop, because that's the only way you can justify the kind of volumes this stock has had from time to time over the last month and a half. Yesterday was 50 million shares. Okay, that's nothing. Back in January, it was trading 200 million shares a day. How do you do that? How can you possibly change 200 million shares? Day after day after day. You have 1 billion shares trading in a week of a company that has 70 million outstanding. There's something wrong with this picture. And I know who knows what is wrong with the picture. I'm pretty sure I know who knows. But whoever knows is not discussing or not being asked to discuss why this situation continues to go on. Eno Rodriguez, thank you for this donation. Whales know the mess Hedgie's made. They're done. Matt, hi, Bruce. Can you explain dark pool? Are trades for GameStop happening in the dark pool? Everybody wants to talk about dark pool. Jar. Yesterday, just for the pop and right before or after Ryan Cohen tweet, I got a GameStop app alert with a cat emoji saying last chance, last change. Be mindful, last change. I wonder how is it that the company can have this much volume on the stock all the time when only 40-something million actually could possibly change hands as far as the filings are concerned? And how can it be that when you look up GameStop on a Google search and you ask Google, who are the largest shareholders of GameStop, or what institutions own GameStop, or how many shares do institutions own of GameStop, however you want to word the question, the answer keeps coming out with a list of entities, and you do the math and you're going, that's a lot more stock than apparently is out there. How can these entities own all this stock? There aren't that many in existence. Brian, thank you for becoming a member of the channel today. How can it be? How? It's a mystery. And I kind of contend that it's a possibility. Not only is this happening on GameStop, it's happening on AMC, and it is happening possibly across the board. It could well be that the S&P 500 and beyond, maybe the Russell 2000, it is possible that a majority of these shares are all trading anywhere from 25 to 200% more shares than actually exist, because we're talking about payment for order flow, money making in the business. And I don't want to sound like a broken record, but when I was the broker and I was the branch manager right up through the 80s and the 90s, even in the Cayman Islands, I was, a stockbroker there. We charged commissions on orders. That's how we paid our bills. We got to kidnap Bruce and get him to eat bagels. Fall and God read it was 3-to-1 buy versus sell ratio. That you read correct. Up until 2000, and even a little beyond that, you could not buy and sell stock without paying a fee to trade. Somehow these bills had to be paid, and we didn't have 6 or 10 billion shares a day changing hands. Not in those days. That wasn't that kind of volume. Yesterday, favorite Redditor got deep death threats. Baby whales liquidated portfolios cashed because got GameStop and revenge. Also, DTC impingement, new rules. There's all kinds of stuff going on here. All kinds of stuff. Thank you to Charles Carver, becoming a member. Thank you, Charles. Tim Williams. Hi, Bruce. What's your opinion about SPAC, Vizio? We'll get there, but I don't know anything about that VZIO. I got SPAC news for you today, too. So there's all the stock out there. Where's it come from? How can that possibly be? So I think the entire market could well be oversupplied with stock that actually doesn't exist, where failure to deliver notices are out all over the place on all kinds of positions. The DTCC and the SEC are looking into this, looking at a nightmare. They don't want to talk about it because they don't want to panic the market. Garrett, thank you for becoming a member. I think that I don't know. I'm wondering. I'm not going to predict it, but I'm wondering: is it possible that we're sitting on a serious situation here that's worse than 2008 in exposure, where brokerage entities across the board are short so much paper as to dwarf the 2008 nightmare that we saw come through. But right now it's all okay because no one has a problem. Everyone's happy trading. Everyone's happy with liquidity. Everybody's happy being able to use this to buy and sell stock in a moment's notice. Millions of people for the first time are being allowed to buy $200 worth of stock. You can buy 10 different companies. You can buy 30 different companies for $200. I've seen people on YouTube use this to be able to buy stock. I literally saw an investor buy 30 different shares for $30. Bought $1 worth of Amazon, bought $1 of Facebook, bought $1 of Microsoft, bought $1 of Apple, bought 30 different stocks to show this is what you can do. This is Robinhood, and they could buy on Robinhood $1 at a time. So they were getting one scintilla of a share of Amazon, a $3,000 stock. They're getting $1 worth of Amazon. I mean, come on. Amazon goes up 10% in a week. They've made a dime. That's how convenient the market has become. But that's also how dangerous it has become in a way, because you're now enticing in the possibility of enticing in hundreds of millions of customers globally. I'm not talking just out of the US. I don't think I'm talking America only. I'm talking the planet. I'm talking about perhaps 1.1 billion people in India, of which 100 million could open an account with their platform traders there, and each of them are putting in $50 a month into the market because that's all I got. And every month, $50 is coming into the market in times 100 million people. I mean, I'm talking about staggering, breathtaking figures where in my day, we could never have opened up that many accounts. I as a broker, all right, if I were to open 5 brokerage accounts in one day as a broker back in 1982. The paperwork that we had to do was staggering. And even those days, we had lax paperwork compared to now, as far as everything you have to sign off on or you have to agree to with these, just push this button and I agree to all the terms and conditions. Back then, we had to have the customer personally come into the office and we had to fill out the forms and they had to sign contracts that if I borrow money from you as a broker on margin, I could be subject to a sellout without any notice. I agree. I initial here. I agree that the brokerage firm has full discretion with my account regarding margin account. I agree. I couldn't open 5 accounts a day, 7 days a week. I'd have no time to trade the stock market. I'd be just up to here in paperwork. Today, Robinhood can open up 100,000 accounts a day. Platform trading networks around the world can open up 5 million accounts today. It doesn't matter. It's limitless because it's all done by the computer. It's not done by a human being anymore. And so I'm talking about the fact that it is likely in the next year or two, and it's already happened, that there could be 300 to 500 million new customers coming into the stock market because it's right down to the $1 level. We have brought this business from an $10,000 minimum investment, $5,000 minimum investment, $100,000 minimum investment down to $50. You can open an account with $50, $25, doesn't matter. There are firms that will give you stock if you open an account. You know who I'm talking about out there. I get approached by them all the time. They will give you stock if you open an account. Are you out of your mind? What is this? This is like going to a bank and opening up a checking account and getting a toaster oven. What has happened to this business? It's incredible to me. And I can absolutely get it. I totally understand. Why is it that there's 200 million shares at GameStop available to be traded anytime you want to buy and sell? You want 10,000 GameStop right now? You're filled, no problem. We have liquidity for you. You want out of 10,000 shares? Yeah, you're filled. That's not right. That can't be right. I am suggesting to you out there, if you don't already know this, the stock right now is just around $200 shares. $199.98. It's going to hit 200 here in a second. $199. There it is. $200 a share. I am contending that there are 3 shares of GameStop actually trading for every share that actually exists. Now, if you took that number and brought it down to 70 million actually trading instead of 210 actually trading, the stock would be trading at 600 a share right now. The market, the stock market, the Dow Industrials right now could be at 45,000 instead of 32,000 because of how much stock is out there being created by the street, so the street can keep trading. Because of the order flow, the pay for order flow system is in existence. I contend that it's possible, and I'm not. It's just my opinion. I'm just a guy on YouTube with his own opinion. Call him an idiot if you want. I contend that because the industry has now been addicted and has now become addicted to volume rather than pricing per se, that the volume is what is driving the earnings for the trading departments. And the more volume, the better. And we have to create liquidity. And they say it right to the Congress. They absolutely out and out say it. We're providing liquidity for investors. That's better for the market. No, it's not better for the market. It's better for them. It's better for the liquidity provider that there be more liquidity. What would be better for the market and for the investors in the market is if your item that you have, a share certificate, 100 shares of GameStop or IBM or Apple or Tesla, is trading at double or triple the price it's trading at now, because that's how much money is in this market to trade on stocks. But of course, the problem is that if the shares were that more valuable, maybe they wouldn't trade as many as shares because they're more expensive to get. But then on the other side, we say, no. They will trade because people can now buy $1 worth of stock. They can buy $1 of Tesla. They don't have to have enough money to buy 1 share anymore. They can just buy $1 worth of Tesla, $5 worth of Tesla. There are people putting in every week into their accounts electronic transfers, $50 a week, $100 a week, maybe every second week, $200, maybe once a month, $500. People who get their paychecks are now factoring in a certain amount of money that's going into their trading account, which is right here, just this. And they get their $50 in there or their $150 in there. And then what do? They pick up $5 of those 15, 20 stocks that they're following. They just keep adding up more and more of the stock in their account, bit by bit by bit. That's what's going on. And this is the business. And it doesn't sound like a lot on a personal basis, but you multiply it by hundreds of millions of new accounts that are opening up. And this world is becoming 5G, 4G compliant. This world is, how many more people have an iPhone in their hand at the end of every day now? It's unbelievable. Garrett, thank you for becoming a member of the channel. It's unbelievable. It's like army ants. I'm telling you, it's army ants. KW meant cashed in BTC and DTC implied new rules. We are aware. Josh saw a due diligence on Reddit about Citadel shorting ETFs to drive GameStop down. Now they're shorting the Russell 2000. Couldn't that crash the entire market? Again, I don't know if that's accurate. These are rumors. Stephen M., thank you for becoming a member. Every time I see a new member, I get excited because it's just telling me that you like the format of the channel and you like how it's, how it's running here. And I thank you all for, hanging around and following me and hopefully, liking it more than you hate it. Thank you. We got Jack. Love your channel and knowledge you have. Thank you so much, Jack. Thank you to Mark. Bruce, naked short selling should be prohibited. Other countries have made it illegal. It contributed to the 2008 market meltdown. Bill, Uncle Bruce, thanks for sharing your wisdom and keeping the mood light. Cheers from Hamilton. Hey, Bill, thank you, buddy. Welcome from the Steel City, buddy. Let's see here. Nick, what's that? Of all 2-time WS, making it people's street. Imagine people buying one share of a company being shorted could change the playing field. Nick, I can't read this quickly, but I understand what you're saying. Darren, your channel is a sanctuary among all of this. GameStop media, shill media, lies and madness. You're a legend, Bruce. Come to Ireland for pints someday. Oh, man. Bucket list, Ireland. Bertie, Fred, Adam, and Justin, my Louisiana brothers, hold the line. Strip clubs need us. Uncle Bruce, when's bagel time? Thank you so much for all these comments and donations and everybody else. David, welcome to the channel, new member. Chevy, thank you for the super sticker. Thank you. So, guys, at 206, 207 on GameStop, here we go. We're 23 minutes away. Let's just come right back to it. There's an army ant of buying coming into this market, not only GameStop, but others. And I believe the old school guys, the old school brokerage firms and hedge funds are beginning to figure out, oh my God, these guys are bigger than we are, and that is the fact. Now, John Clancy, thank you for becoming a member as well. Appreciate it, John. How high can the shares go? People ask me all the time, Bruce, how high can it go? I mean, honestly, Bruce, really. I mean, there's the fantasy and then there's the reality. How high can this go? Tell me. In Vadras, thank you for becoming a member of this channel too. Guys, there's no limit to this right now. Certainly, this stock can go higher than it was the last time in January. No doubt in my mind. So 400 something was an official high trade. That will be chump change here. Again, this is just Bruce's opinion. You have to make your own mind up whether I'm off my rockers or not. But I am convinced that as the days go by and the weeks go by, that this relentless army is coming. And the thing that these guys on CNBC and others didn't get it about 6-8 months ago. Totally didn't get it. And they might not even now get it because they're old school thinking, and it's all right. It's all right. There's nothing wrong with this because this is the way it's been for decades. The thinking was, well, if you let all these small investors open accounts and they start day trading and speculating and whatever they're doing, they could all lose their money because they're going to get picked off by the professional traders. Fair point, except for one little thing you're missing, and that is that, as I said a little earlier, people are putting $50 to $100 to $1,000 a month into their accounts as an ongoing thing. Before the pandemic, there were, I don't know, 35 or 50 million Americans. I can't remember the number. It's a huge number. It's tens of millions of Americans were every week betting on sports outcomes. And they were betting with their laptops and with their phones. And that phenomenon continues, obviously. And of course, more states are opening up sports betting because of the money, right? There's a reason why you can't only just bet in Vegas anymore. Bill Dennis, thank you, Bill, for becoming a member of this channel. Austin, stuck at work, but the stream helps pass the time. Can we get to I want a rock thing? I want to know if you want to go. I'm going to rock. So when people were sports betting only before the pandemic, when they were mainly doing that, they were putting in 50, 100 a week into their sports betting pools because there's 10 buddies in a bar watching the football game or whatever, and they're all trying to figure out what the spread is and who's going to bet what and whatever. And at the end of the week, they would compare notes, and 2 of the 10 guys made money, 2 of the 10 guys broke even, and the rest of them lost it all or most of it, right? My prediction is that GameStop will right up and down, mostly up. I might be a stock savant, also CNBC wacko. And so every week, these 5-10 guys were putting more money into their sports betting pools, their fantasy leagues and everything else. That was the game. That was the trend. And it was, the fantasy sports betting. I mean, how many dollars are changing hands on that? So now fast forward to here. We've had the pandemic, the lockdown, the shutdown, the no sports for a while. Now sports coming back. It continues, right? But there's a new game in town. It started last March. It was, let's put money into the stock market. Because if we can't bet NBA and we can't bet baseball and we can't bet this and that, why don't we bet the market? Because you know what? The market is going all the time. The market trades 5 days a week, pre-market, post-market. Hey, and it's part of our lives. I mean, we can bet companies we know. We can bet products. We love Apple because we have these devices. We can bet on the stock using this. And they now allow us to buy and sell this stock at $1 at a time. I mean, we can gamble with options. We can gamble with the stock. We can short it. We can go long. We can follow rumors. We can now play the SPAC market with. This is incredible. Yes. And this is not just at the local sports bar with your buddies, because remember the sports bars were closed, so they were doing the virtual Zoom meetings or whatever at their home, between rec rooms and stuff. These folks are still funding their accounts $50 a week, $100 a week, just like the sports betting. But now they're realizing, well, you know what? When I gamble, when I buy GameStop at $204 a share right now, 205, and I'm wrong, it goes down to 150. I lose a quarter of my investment. But when I bet on the Jets and I'm wrong, I lose everything. I put $50 on the Jets and they lost. I lost the whole dang thing. Where here, I put $50 on this thing and it goes down $50 a share. I'm down a quarter of my money. But next week, I put another $50 into the pool, and I buy it at 150, and it goes back to 200, and I'm up $50 on my second purchase. The shares went from 150 to 200, and I'm even on my first batch. And so in effect, my 50, the original 50 is worth 50, and the second 50 is worth 62.50. I'm worth 112, and I only put in 100. And next week, what am I doing? I'm putting in another $50, and this doesn't stop. And so when I tell you that there are 50 million, 100 million, 200 million, 500 million potential investors out there that are going to put in $25, $50, $100, $300 every week into their pool and keep playing the game, the army ant routine is coming in. That's what it is. It's an army of ants that will overrun everything, unstoppable, from every country in the planet. I mean, Bolivia, Peru, Brazil, India, Japan, Taiwan, Indonesia, Australia. I hear some of you going, yeah, but Bruce, the number of people in some of these countries that are going to play the market are just a sliver of the population. I agree. I know, except for the fact that you take Indonesia with 700 million people and you can get 10 million of them opening an account to start trading on a platform trade on the internet. and that is funded every week with more cash. Watch out, the cumulative effect. And in 5 years, it won't be 10 million, it'll be 50 million. And in 10 more years, it'll be 150 million. This is not going away. And when one member of the family does it, and they get together for their meeting or a big family dinner, you got one of them showing the others how I play the stock market, how I did. They're in. The entry price is virtually free. It's free to join the party, and the party is getting bigger. And these hedge funds, they've got to be wary of being short the wrong stock for the wrong amount for the wrong reason. And this, I think, is coming back to the GameStop story right now for us. By the way, 15 minutes from opening, and we're at 2:05 on GameStop. So there are gamers, 2.4 billion gamers in the world. Okay, think about this. All right, 2.4 billion gamers who utilize consoles to play games. They utilize their phones to play games, the internet to play games, which means for them to just naturally open up a brokerage account is like not very complicated for these folks. That's 2.4 billion that could easily open up a brokerage account. And as more and more brokers like the Robinhoods of the world and the Fidelities and the Charles Schwabs and the Webull and over in Europe, the other, I mean, there are going to be dozens more in the next couple of years, dozens more, if not hundreds of more brokerage houses opening up platform trading globally. All right. I know a lot of you are US centric, but I'm trying to get you to look outside. So this is one of the advantages of being in Canada, because we're not locked into the lower 48 viewpoint. We're looking at the big picture here. I'm telling you guys, there are 2.4 billion gamers that all will know about GameStop very shortly. They are all going to be very aware of this dominant online force called GameStop and all of its online divisions that they're opening up. Because people keep forgetting that this is not a website to compete against Amazon only. There's way more than this going on with GameStop. And I'm talking about worldwide tournament play. I'm talking about esport play and wagering on it, and on it goes. It is just utterly endless. And the outside planet, the rest of the planet, and the gamers out there are all going to be aware of it. And they're all going to figure out, I could buy this stock. This guy Cohen, I mean, this guy's like the Steve Jobs of the gaming thing. I mean, this guy's just, he's great. He gets me. He understands me as a gamer. He talks to me like a fellow gamer. This is the loyalty factor for GameStop is going to just be unbelievable. Might take them a year or two to get it, but they'll get it. And they need how much of the world market to grow their company? They have 55 million members of their Power Up Club now. If they add another 50 million followers to their following from the 2.4 billion people out there, they need 1% penetration, 2% penetration. It is so tiny that they need so little to blow their business wide open to a level unthinkable, unimaginable by the critics of the company, who look at it as a blockbuster. These guys just can't perceive the absolute upside that this company actually has. That's what I'm seeing. I'm 65. I'm way out of the zone, man. I don't play games. I don't have a console. I don't play video games. I don't have time. I'm too tired. At 7 o'clock at night, I'm yawning. 9:30, I'm in bed. 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm up for you guys. I don't have time to play the games. But I see it. I get it. And 2.4 billion gamers, and every second more gamers are being born around the world, because every child in the planet being born today will be a gamer in 3 to 5 years for the rest of their lives, because it's situation normal. This is what they've always known. How many of you are 30 years old and have only ever known that in your house there's always been a game console? Always. We've always had video games. Ever since I was born, I saw my dad play them, saw my mom and dad play them, and now I'm playing them, and my kids are going to be playing them. Yeah, normal. There has not been a game system in this house because I'm not a gamer. I'm one of the last. I'm out. I'm way ahead. You say I'm too old. I'm out of that thing. Doesn't matter. A whole bunch of people have replaced me. It's okay. So GameStop and the markets. We've got some interesting stuff coming up here. We're 11 minutes away from opening. And again, I come back to the big picture, which is the failure to deliver securities. I want to know how pervasive it is apart from GameStop. When I say we, I guess I'm saying myself and other social media people, and the Wall Street Bets followers out there, and we outsiders who are looking into this business are detecting the possibility that there is an absolute mega problem with regards to how many shares are not being delivered on time for settlement, and that we've got a huge issue here. And I'm wondering if it's pervasive across the entire market because of pay order flow, because of the addiction that the market has, the brokerage firms have for volume, because they get a slice of every buy and sell transaction. And I'm wondering if this has come to a point where it is so huge that the SEC has figured it out, the DTCC is figuring it out, but others are occasionally, others are realizing this is quickly getting out of control. And there was a time where this was less than 0.1% of a problem and an issue with respect to the number of shares or the number of dollars involved. It wasn't a big deal. But now it is growing so quickly and becoming so pervasive and becoming so common that a percentage of this market is now exposed. And I don't know if I don't know if I want to say the word short, but I don't know another word to come up with. There's a percentage of this market where shares aren't being delivered for payment, and the IOUs are flying around between the clearinghouses and the brokerage firms. And I'm wondering about the size of that as it is exponentially growing out. And there's the hard non-delivery of actual stock trades. But I think we also have the possibility of options traders who are playing over there, where that is multiplied by 100 shares per contract, and that is double or triple the problem over here on an ongoing basis. I'm not sure. There's an issue out there that is festering, and I don't know if this is 2006 and the housing market happened in 2008. So is this 2021 and 2023, it all blows up? Or is this 2019 and it blows up in 2021? And I don't know what happens when it blows up. I don't quite know what actually happens when it does blow up. But I'm going to guess that if you're long stock, you're on the right side of the market. If you're short stock, you're on the wrong side of the market. And I am thinking that with the amount of money sloshing around out there from all the loose monetary policies that have been opened up by all the central bankers around the globe, there is so much cash sloshing around that the brokers are addicted to the volume and they want this party to keep going. And they're all saying, "Oh, I'll just do this for another month and then I'll be okay. We'll have made enough money and we'll be fine." No, it never goes that way. You're a bank robber in a vault and it's full of money and you've got one bag to fill your take and you filled it up and you should now leave the vault. You're full. You got your bag of money. Get out before the cops show up. But your buddy hands you another bag and says, "Well, let's just take another bag of money. Nothing bad can happen." And by the time they fill up another bag, the cops are waiting at the front of the vault going, "Hands up." We got you. Is this happening here? Something's going on. And you cannot have these volumes sustained with the number of shares that actually exist. It doesn't add up. And so is GameStop should it really be trading at $618 a share, triple the current price? Because the fact that there's triple the number of shares out there changing hands, it should be, versus how much money is in the company. Is the reality right now that GameStop at $200 a share, I'll round it out, at $200 a share, 70 million out, is a $14 billion market cap company. Is the reality that this company is actually a $42 billion market cap company? Because there are 200 plus million shares changing hands at $200 a share. Is this company actually got a market cap of $40 billion because of the number of shares that actually trade? That could be closer to the truth. How do you get 200 million shares back to 70 million trading again? The only way, stock triples in price. That's one simple One plain English, simple way to explain it to you is what I'm coming from. And if all other public companies are to a degree 10% over trading over what they should be, 20% more than should be trading, 40% more shares trading than should be trading, and so on and so on and so on. Could it be that the Dow at 3,200, 645 should actually be 50% higher than it is? Because that's how much money is really in the market right now. And is that the case for the S&P 500? It's at the $3,900 index. Should it be at 5,000? The NASDAQ is at 12,700. Should it actually be at 20,000? Because that's how much money is flying around with all the stock that's flying around. I don't know, but we're trying to figure that out. So stick around for the show. Let's see what happens. A deeper value. Michael Jordan lost $500 million because Gabe Plotkin of Melvin Capital could not afford the Hornets purchase from him. Fergan, thinking like 40 trillion market cap once this moves. At the third super sticker. Thank you so much for this. All of you who are making donations here, I can't keep up with you guys. Maximilian, thank you. Wally's World. Ryan Cohen has lived this internet surge from a vantage point that most have not or weren't paying attention to. He has lived the internet surge responsibly and had his dad to help set his moral compass. Superman really does live forever. There's no question that that gentleman has really been grounded and has got a very interesting outlook on the world because of his father. And I can thank mine for that too. Unbelievable. No more than $4.99. Thank you for the donation, guys. All of you, thank you for being here. We are now 5 minutes or less away from the opening. We're sitting at 205.67 on the pre-market on GameStop. We've got the Dow up 142 points. We have S&P up 12. We have NASDAQ down 9. Crude up $1.60, $1.75 a barrel at 60.31. There's worries about shortage of crude for the European market. Spot prices have risen. In the U.S., it won't make a dang bit of difference. There is more oil flowing around Texas, Oklahoma, North Dakota. There's oil in Canada. Canada's drowning in the amount of oil it has. We can't get it down to you guys because pipelines are some kind of a problem now. But you want to keep driving your car and your pickup truck, but for whatever reason, you don't want the oil to be coming down to you guys. What can I say? I just kind of go, whatever. Maybe the answer is electric cars and trucks, and we don't have to worry about oil anymore. But you know what, guys? Make up your own minds on all of that. The market is what it is. It's a mixed market, but the NASDAQ being down only 8 points, no one cares. It's no big whoop. 205 on the GameStop. And I just, I get the sense that it's going to go higher. I won't guarantee it, but I just feel the vibe that an army ant of investors are coming into GameStop and will continue to do so for months. This is not a one-day wonder, folks. It's not a one-day wonder. Anyway, there you go. That's where we're at right now. We're just, we're just trying to follow what this market is going to do, where it wants to take everything. Other stocks on this, on the market right now, we have AMC that had been moving higher today. It's 11.40 right now in the pre-market, up 46 cents. Good news for those of you who are into this stock. It was $14.30 a share a week ago. I think last Friday it couldn't get back over 14, but a week and a half ago it was definitely higher. But at the moment, it is looking better. We'll see how this plays itself out going forward. Let me just pop that back over there. And let's see what else we got going here. There we go. Other stocks to watch. We're going to keep an eye on the SPACs here, what's going on there. I did hear this morning a one company called BowX Acquisition Corp. It's a SPAC that the rumor has been around for a while that BowX was going to acquire or work with WeWork to merge together. And apparently that is now officially announced. The stock is 1038, which is BOWX. I'm not sure whether I'm on board with this one for sure. WeWork has had a lot of issues prior to this. Of course, the hope for all is that the WeWork issues are worked out and it's going to be okay, but not so sure. Other SPACs I'm following, unbelievable bargains. VG Acquisition Corp, Virgin Group, up a dime on the pre-market at 1020. Was higher than that this morning, around 1025. That is a deal of deals. I'm hearing very good underground rumors here about this one. The 23andMe company, there is lot of talk about that company's value not being in the mailing in of saliva samples and all of that. It's the acquisition and the on hand genome material, genome knowledge that they have. Apparently, this is going to be trillions of value down the road for anyone who has this. These guys are definitely on the right track for the future. And I even have trouble explaining it in any clean way, but this thing sounds exciting. Okay, we're about to open up here. We're waiting now for the market to hit the bell, and I see how GameStop is sitting right now at 200 a share. I'm not surprised at how this market is going to jump around right now just as we get into the opening. We did close last night on GameStop at 183.75. So any trade in the 190s to 200s is a significant run up. We're through the pre-market. Now we'll get ready for the actual market, and we'll follow how the stock wants to react. I see it now at 196.64 on the first trade on New York. I think I'm going to just double check my phone. Everything is just clicking in now at the very first moment. We got 196.64 on 1.4 million to start the day, up 12 odd dollars on the first trade. Let's see how the market wants to settle in. The bells are ringing. They're cheering and they're clapping and everyone's happy. AMC at 11.17. Vector Acquisitions up 29 cents to 12.18. NavSite at 9.90, down 11 cents. IPOE is up 53 cents to 17.16. Gores Holdings down 3 cents to 14.31. Virgin Group up a dime at 10.20. SVAC Starboard is down 3 cents to 9.95. Fortress Value down a penny, 9.94. Vanik Vectors up 18 cents right now. Home Depot up 7 cents. IBM up 43 cents. The Dow showing 129 to 136 point gain right now. Microsoft down a quarter. Apple down a dime. Tesla down 50 cents. So you can see how tentative and quiet parts of this market are and how aggressive and positive others are. GameStop now showing 197, gaining 13.30 on the day so far, from what I can see here. On the early going, AMC 11.50 up 56 cents, and so we've got the market going the right direction. The Dow is now up. 133 points. S&P up 14. Nasdaq up 21. That's what we see in this early session so far, guys. Very, very interesting. Where else are we at here? Let me double check here. There we go. Okay, thank you everybody for popping through and supporting yours truly. Thank you guys. What else? It's going through like gonna be like butter. The market is gonna be like butter. The knee attacks are on. Fantastic, guys. Fantastic participation today. I love that you guys are here. John Frost, thank you for the donation. Do we expect this to happen? I don't know. I don't know if we're going to, but you know, this sometimes this market pulls a George Costanza and does the opposite. You just don't know. You got to give the market about 10-20 minutes so to settle in here as we start the day. Gerardo, Bruce, do you think the hedge funds will be able to pull the same shenanigans to drive the price down in the short term? They may try it. They may wait a half an hour to see how the market opens first and see what what it does at the early going. They may wait for that sort of lull after the first 45 minutes to an hour and see if they can move in to attack. I don't know. But again, the volume will tell us. If the buying volume is strong and it just doesn't stop with this imbalance of buy to sells, stock will go higher. It's at 2.3 million volume right now. It's trading at 196.54, up 12.79 a share. Cheers to all of you from TWB and from Stock Markets with Bruce. Uncle Bruce here in Creston, British Columbia. Both my channels. I thank you so much for your support. A whole bunch you made an order yesterday for this stuff on Redbubble. I'm blown away. I know they had a sale yesterday. It's like a 15% off deal, and you took advantage of it. I say, way to go, you guys. Well done. Fantastic. Thank you, all of you who have been popping in and sending me private messages on email as well. I appreciate that. Okay. Lots happening here. Let's continue on. We got 1,700 thumbs up so far this morning, 50 on the downside. So we have got an 85-1 positive rating. Just beautiful. Thank you. Is that true? Maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit. 1.8 to 50. 36 to 1. 36 to 1, positive versus negative. Thank you, everybody. 7,000 of you watching me right now. Thank you for popping a thumbs up on the show. The more the merrier. We're trying to show YouTube this is a friendly place to come out and hang out with. A good bunch of people here. And also for you gals out there, safe place for you guys to come by and join us as well. I love the fact that we have a large number of female viewers, and that's growing. I'm very grateful for that. GameStop right now, 188.53, talking about shenanigans. Maybe that's going on right now. I don't know. I can't say if that is a single trade or if that is an attack. It's now 190. There can always be one seller who will try to come in and hit the market, but I have a feeling that the army ants will just keep coming and will just swarm over the seller and just take him out. But that's just my opinion on it, my take on it. We're watching the markets fluctuate very wildly. 191 now apparently on GameStop. It would appear 2.8 million traded now. It will do what it does. And it sometimes will not make sense. So you just have to kind of let it happen. Cav, 2 months ago, I felt like a headless chicken. Now you've shown me the stock market is simple. It's our emotions that are complex. Correct, sir. You got it. You got to understand the emotions of buyers and sellers. This is exactly right. Everyone has an opinion as to what they think the market's going to do and where it's going to go. And some people are stuck in the past and can't bring themselves to look to the future. And I think that's what you got to do with respect to this market. You got to look ahead and go, what's the market going to be like? The economy going to be like? What's the planet going to be like in 3 months and 6 months and 9 months? And then you look at individual issues like the GameStop shares and the management, and you ask yourself, is this company going to be exactly the same in 3 months or 6 months that it was the last year or two? Some in Wall Street say, yes, this company is going to be just like it was in 2019 and 20. They're not going to be able to move forward. That's the thinking on some in Wall Street. Others are going, oh, I don't think so, buddy. You're not even close. You're missing the major hints, like the big reveals that you've had handed to you on a silver platter in the last few weeks, where new hires have come in and new management is coming in and 8 directors are leaving and a whole bunch of new people are coming in. You're not buying into the future. You're still stuck in the past. But hey, everyone has their way, and you're allowed to decide what it is that works best for you. 185.66 on the stock. This is the low of the day. It's still up $1 on the day, $1.90. 185.01 low trade. Why would a stock be trading at 205 to 210 in the pre-market 5 minutes before the opening, and then 2 minutes or 5 minutes into the opening be down $30 a share or $20 a share? Why would that be? That is not because there's a seller who made a fatal mistake and I have to sell my position because I'm getting a margin call. No one is getting a margin call with a stock going from 113 a share to 180 a share and then up to 205. So that's not it. What would cause someone to want to make this market do this? I know. Pick me. I know. Yes, it's manipulated trading. It is aggressive selling. It is unchecked shenanigans going on. And the New York Stock Exchange does nothing about it. The SEC does nothing about it. No one steps in to regulate this stuff. These guys can run amok and just create unbelievable havoc on the market, making it look like there's something wrong with the stock. There's nothing wrong with the stock. It's just that there's a seller who came in with a bunch of paper, which we have seen time and time again in the last 3 weeks, where the shares reach a certain point in price, and then the attack comes out of nowhere and for no reason. And here you are, 188 right now on the stock, low of 185.01. Those of you who are looking to acquire this thing on a dip, you get your chance almost every day to step in here on dips. The question is, what is the dip today? What will it be? It's not down 10%, unfortunately, so it's not going into a short restriction. So that means today, short sellers can hit bids with impunity if that's what they choose to want to do. And how many shares they have will dictate how low the shares go, and how fast they hit the bids will also dictate where the price action goes on the downside. There's the story. 186.66, 186.99 is where I see it at this moment in time. Down from a 205 to 210 pre-market just 10 minutes ago. So I find it unbelievable. A $20 drop just takes place like this, and for whatever reason, these sellers actually think that the investors out there are this gullible to believe that there's something wrong with the market, that that a short seller would just come in and hit bids, that they would convince all the shareholders of the company something's terribly wrong. It's just not happening. It's a strategy that is not working. And here we are at 187.37. I can't tell you the mentality of these guys, other than I can guess what the mentality is. 185.11, hitting it again with relentless bids without care of price, telling me they want it lower on the print. They want to print this lower. And I'm coming back to the big day, which is Wednesday, coming up, the 31st of March, end of day Wednesday. Between now and then, you're going to see a holy war going on between longs and shorts. That's what I think. Also, don't forget, today is option expiry day. Chicago, all kinds of call contracts, all the contracts expire tonight that expire on today's date. And the higher the stock is, the more call contracts will be in the money. The lower the stock is, the fewer call contracts will be in the money. Therefore, affecting the possibility of how many shares might be called by option holders against the call, those who wrote calls naked. And this is where this battle is happening right now. 186, 187.26 is where we're seeing this stock. So those of you who've been here a while, you're used to this. You know that I talk about this all the time. I cover this all the time. You know the routine. You know the game that's going on. But the rest of the market that doesn't hang out here, they got to be wondering, why does this stock do that? And if anything's happening over on CNBC about it, I wouldn't know. 189 now on the stock. Again, it's just jumped up $4 in about a minute and a half. If this seller has run out of bullets, then it could pop right back up again. Time will tell. Up $6 on the day at 189.82. Volume 4.1 million shares in the first 11 minutes of trading. Very active, fairly active. 192 now on the stock. Quickly coming on yet again with a $7 gain in 3 minutes from the artificial low, which had to be an artificial low. It's certainly not. I don't call that natural trading at all. Not at all natural. 192 on the stock. Okay, there you have it. Thank you again for those of you giving me thumbs ups. 2,200 of you have thrown a thumbs up at this show already. I appreciate it. 55 have done a thumbs down. If you really hate the show, hit the thumbs down button twice. Hit it and then hit it again. 2.2 on the upside. Thank you, all of you, making this a 40-to-1 ratio for positive versus negative. I appreciate it very much, guys. All right. Anyway, there it is. What can I say? This market is doing what it's doing. It is trading fairly aggressively. The Dow and the S&P and the NASDAQ are now all positive. The Dow up 140, S&P up 15, and NASDAQ up 36.9. Very, very interesting. Very good to see that happening there. Oil up $2 a barrel to 60.64. To me, I think this is temporary. As soon as that ship gets jammed out of that Suez canal, as soon as they figure that out, oil could plummet $5 or $10 a barrel. It's probably not going to last long at these levels. GameStop 193, 194 now, 194, up $9, up $10. It hit 184.31. Apparently was the low trade today. It's up $10 from the low in 5 minutes. So, these shenanigans people are asking me, and then 2 minutes later, you see it. You just see it happening. And no one goes to jail. It's amazing. Morning, Bruce. Shorters don't need to scare people into selling if the longs have to have stop losses. Just let the price go up, then sharply drop it. Well, it is what it is. It's trading the way it's trading. Over 4 million now gone through. AMC at 11.09, up 15 cents. We're at 4.6 million volume on GameStop, by the way, now. 192.55, 193.77. AMC has traded 14 million so far, and it was as low as 10.92, high at 11.53, now at 11.17 on AMC. That seems to be what's happening over there. All right. We're here watching it. We'll follow the flow. Never a dull moment. Okay. More comments from viewers. Good volume. Is it better than yesterday? Looks about the same, perhaps. I'm not sure if it's higher or not. We'll see as the morning wears on. But
fairly active. Eric is a new member of this channel. Eric Bloom, thank you for joining us, becoming a new member of the channel. 195 on GameStop, 1145 gain now on the stock. The high on the New York today has been 198.88. It was trading at 205 to 210 in the pre-market just before we opened up here. So the stock is still behind the pre-market levels, approaching now 196. Welcome, Eric, to the channel. There you go. Lewis saying 196. Now, Richard, learning about SSR, isn't a short sale restricted list sort of meaningless if systems are fast enough to front trades on upticks? So easy enough to program it to short on an uptick. Richard, you've got a point there. I agree with that, but it is a psychology, I suppose. 199 on the stock. We're about to break 200 like butter. Watch this 200 take off. 199.99, and is it going through 200? Yep, 201.76 like butter. Hot knife through melted butter. 201.76. That is a $17 gain in 5 or 8 minutes from the low of this morning. That was an artificial low engineered by a short seller or a seller trying to manipulate the market. That guy ought to be in jail. I'm just saying. People might not think it's a big deal, but when you move a market $20 a share and you have 70 million shares outstanding, you are moving that market $1.4 billion. And you multiply the fact that there are 200 million shares probably changing hands out there, a $20 move on 200 million shares, $4 billion market manipulation. Where are the cops? I don't know. I just don't know. Anyway, I just talk the stocks. Others are just manipulating them. What can I tell you? Butter. This stock is moving through like hot butter. There, the comments are coming in like you cannot believe. The emojis are showing up. The knife through hot butter emojis have arrived, and we got the alarm going off, trying to break this market higher. Thank you, all of you, for being here this morning and hanging out with me. 2,700 thumbs up, 60 thumbs downs. I think the thumbs ups are overwhelming the thumbs downs big time. Thank you for being here, everybody, and voicing your support every way you can. I so much appreciate it. Absolutely beautiful, you guys. All right. Where am I here? Here I am right over here. The emojis are just flying through. 196 on the stock. It'll do this, back and forth. But these shorters, they're in big trouble. I'm sorry, hedge funds, but you guys are probably going to be outgunned by hedge funds joining the army of buyers coming in here. The news coming out of this company is going to be relentless, and if I were you, I'd be covering your asses right now. I'd be covering, run for cover. You don't want to be covering at $500 and $800 a share. Cover here. That's my word of advice. But anyway, bandy apart. Good morning, Bruce. Have you ever seen a stock like this being related? Interesting stories. You're the man. Thanks for keeping up morale. Thank you for this. I've seen stocks come and go, up and down, and all around, dominate the market. I remember when Cisco used to dominate the market back in the 90s, and then prior to that, it was Microsoft. Microsoft was a high-flying, high beta, high PE multiple, high growth stock, and it was just dominating the markets for months, years. But they all eventually mature out to a certain degree, and they either make it or they don't. They get acquired by somebody else or they don't. And they either make a bunch of money and then settle down, or they don't. Facebook used to be just the darling of Wall Street. It was the darling stock. Amazon and Netflix was a darling. Now this one, the GameStop stock at 204. Now here we go again. This is the one right now that. But this one has a following like no other stock has had in the past. It's breaking new ground, no question about it. And boy, have they got the right demographic. The GameStop company is catering their business to gamers. Gamers are completely comfortable using this for everything. Not just to send little happy messages to their friends. They're happy doing all their financial transactions on this. They're happy trading stock on this. They talk to their buddies about the GameStop. They play games. They follow GameStop. They trade GameStop, all on this at the same time. It's unbelievable. They can multitask the trading of stock and the playing of a video game and hanging out with their buddies all at the same time. And this is the perfect combination. They follow Reddit, they follow Wall Street Bets, and they've banded together. And they're going, we're not getting pushed around. You're not shaking us out of this thing. You hedge fund guys, you're old school. You're old school, and you're not aware of how powerful we are. That's what's going on. Am I still buying low if I buy in the lower 200s? Well, it's 206, 208 now. I think the answer is coming pretty clear. I don't know if you're getting this. I think it's pretty obvious. 209 is where it's at right now. This group of buyers of this stock, they just do not care about the fundamentals of the stock. They don't care about the fundamentals of the corporation. They don't care about what analysts are saying that the stock is worth $16 to $25 a share. They don't care. They don't give a crap about these guys. They're not going to follow these guys. They're not going to be intimidated by these guys. And this is where the hedge funds have lost touch with the market. They're losing touch with what's beginning to happen in front of their eyes. They don't believe it. They don't believe that there is that much power, sustained power, to keep coming into this market that could offset their plan. And rather than go with the flow, rather than join the army ants, they're fighting them. And they're using AK-47s to try to stop an army of ants coming. It's not working. You can have 10 guys with flamethrowers try to stop army ants. You're still not going to stop them, because the army is billions in size, and you 5 guys can't stop it. You 15 guys can't stop it. You 25 guys can't stop it. You haven't got enough money, you haven't got enough coverage, and you don't have enough conviction. And these folks are coming into this market with conviction. 211 on the stock. It could be 300 today. It could be 250, but it could be 300 today. You heard it here first. This wave is unstoppable. It's coming from around the planet. 7 million shares traded, much heavier than yesterday already. Now we see it. We see this wave coming in. This is a huge wave of buying, and they're not interested in the fundamentals of last year. They don't care about COVID. They don't care that the stores had to close. They don't care that the company might raise money by selling stock. As a matter of fact, they're saying to the company, you guys go ahead and raise money. You want to raise money? Why don't you raise it at $500 a share if you want to raise some money? Don't raise it down here. We'll get you there. We're at 214.74 right now. This is a wave that is just going to overpower all resistance. And the resistance is going to have to turn on its butt or get taken out, because I can sense that 218 now going to 20, there are billions of dollars evaporating from hedge funds' balance sheets right now. The stock goes up. Every time it goes up $1, these 200 million shares out there are 200 million more expensive to buy back collectively. How many are you short? Every dollar you're short more money. You're out more money. They weren't panicking as much at 348 the last time, but this time, if it goes past 348, it could really become a problem. And I'm waiting now for reports to come out between now and the end of the month, and certainly after the 31st of March. If this stock is much higher than where we are now by the 31st of March, next Wednesday, watch out for first quarter results and releases of performance by hedge funds. All those guys short are going to report billions of losses, billions each. There's funds out there in big trouble. They don't want to admit it. And then there's the brokerage houses. And I come back to this problem, this failure to deliver problem. If there are brokerage firms out there carrying their clients with short positions, and they've got these IOUs where they owe stock to the clearinghouses, these margin requirements are rising every time this stock goes up another buck a share, another buck a share, another buck a share. And if there will come a point in time, as I have tried to say it a million times, there will come a point in time where certain investment banks in Wall Street will tell their clientele, enough, you've got to cover your position. We're not carrying you anymore on this deal. We're not going to carry the GameStop shorts. We're not going to carry the AMC shorts. We're not going to carry other company shorts. And it might spread where the S&P 500, there are too many short positions undeclared there, and they're going to get off of that as well. So it isn't going to be just a GameStop story. It's going to become a market story. That's what I'm wondering about. How pervasive and how deep is this issue, and how many trillions could be involved, not billions. GameStop has billions involved. Yeah, absolutely. Billions, no question. 210 a share, 250 a share, 350 a share, 500 a share. Billions of problems. Yeah. The market as a whole, it's trillions. And that's when I'm wondering, how deep is this pool of misery? And again, if you're long, you're fine. If you're in a cash account, you hold your stock, you're fine. If you little guys, you're fine. It's the transfer of wealth from the players to the public, to the retailer. That's what we're going to see here. These army ants of buyers are just going to grind the big boys into submission and make them cover up their shorts. And that happens. Everything rises. And these indexes will not go in the red. The indexes will go into the green like you cannot believe. The Dow will rise 1,000 points a day for a week. It'll just go up and up and up. And the media and the big banks will be alarm bells. Oh, we have problems, speculation. It's not. It's the bottom line is, it's time to pay up for your short positions that you've got undeclared going on, that you've been playing for years. And this pay per volume, pay per order flow thing is going to blow up like you cannot believe. It'll continue on, though, because volumes will be 10 billion shares a day. It'll be crazy. So the certain parts of the brokerage houses are going to make a lot of money. Another part of the brokerage house is going to be collecting or trying to collect margin calls. And it's just going to be a wild and wacky redistribution of wealth. That's the possibility we're involved with here. Just throwing it out there. Just one guy's opinion, though. I'm just a guy in the living room in front of 7,500 people, asking them to like them. Just don't hate me. Just consider what I'm saying and think about it and go, yeah. Doesn't that kind of make sense? Maybe GameStop should be at 600 a share right now, based on how many dollars are in the company's stock. Maybe that's true. Flimsy Bruce, can you please explain what dark pools are and if they can be used to manipulate a stock? Think that's what I've been talking about all day. Anyway, we'll continue on. Chris, I get the positive bias, but manipulation can be argued on the long and short side. It's a volatile stock with hedges and self-learning high-frequency trading bots on both sides of the trade. Yeah, Chris, I agree. Yeah, I agree. And that will continue. That will still continue going forward. There will be all kinds of this stuff going on for quite some time, yes, but there will be a transfer of wealth is what we're witnessing, I think. And this will continue to evolve. And it's not going to go from the little guy to the big guy. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Demetrius, GameStop has 3 times the volume of Tesla. Naked shorted over 40%. Chart is following GameStop for 3 days now. Exactly the same candles. There you go. I'm assuming that's good. A lot of technical people here. And again, I'm not a technical guy in that sense. I just noticed that the volume is way up and the stock is up $23 a share, and that there was an artificial attack on the stock 20 minutes into the opening and it didn't work. That's what I'm noticing. And we're watching this stock really gyrate, and I think it's going a lot higher. That's where I'm coming from. 9.2 million volume, unreal. 9.4 now, another 200,000 just went through. So yeah, it is active. Very active. Amazing. Thank you, all of you, for joining in to this channel today, following me. Appreciate this. Bunch of new members today. Fantastic, guys. Thank you so much for joining this channel and telling the world, hey, I want to be a member of this channel. I like the atmosphere here. I like the fact that we don't have a lot of hate messages going on. Fantastic. Those of you who are of the female persuasion, you're more than welcome to come here and join us. You're more than welcome to join this group. I'm so honored every time another young lady joins in, because this is a male-dominated sector of the YouTube family, of the YouTube channels, I know. And I try to make this as safe a place as possible for everyone who's here, and I appreciate all of you here. Bridget, if it dips, hold. Buy if you can, but do not sell this. This could take a long time. Don't be emotional and sell like people were doing the other day. Choo choo. Almost 100 million, 100, almost 10 million volume in 30 minutes. That's right. That's 20 million an hour, 6-7 hours, 120 to 140 million at that pace. I doubt we're going to see that all day long, but we are moving. There is money coming in here. There is some cash coming into this market. 2 billion in trading already today in a half an hour. Actually, we've only been open about, is that right, about 30 minutes. Very active here, and this is serious stuff. Those put contract players that were laughing 2 days ago, they've been either wiped out or they sold and made their profit. And if they were smart, they got on the call side and they're laughing now as well. I don't know. This stock can go unlimited higher, but only can go limited lower. There's really only limited downside, unlimited upside for GameStop. Right now, 201, 202, it's being popped around. We've hit a high of the day of $218. So it's dropped $15 from its high of the day. We may have had an attack while I've been talking to you the last 10 minutes. Again, short attack to try to limit this or pare it down or hopefully break the momentum. But this volume at this pace will overpower everybody. It'll just overpower the sellers. And this stock could easily hit 250 today. If this buying power continues to come in, it could go beyond that. But not saying it will, but I'm not saying it wouldn't. Retarded rocket. It seems with current market cap value and shares available, the stock should be at 364. Is it really being kept low by the short positions diluting? Well, we have our speculation. We have our guesses. We have our suspicions. We're seeing very odd patterns. I mean, I'm wondering, why is it that with 10 million shares of buying, with a company only 70 million shares in existence, only 50 million can actually trade, about 15 of those really would trade, 10 million shares of buying power coming in, and it's only up $20 a share. Doesn't that sound a little odd to you? I mean, you got, I don't know how many billions of shares of Apple are out there, but if you've got 5 billion Apple shares trading and 1 billion shares of buying came in, you think Apple would only be up 3% or 10% in value in one at that moment? No. It'd be $100 a share higher. This here is being held back. There's very little doubt in my mind, but this is my personal opinion. I can't show you what's happening at the trading desks out there. I can just tell you there's a war going on, and it is a multi-billion-dollar war going on GameStop. But on the markets itself, it's a multi-trillion-dollar war, and it is like that every day around the globe. Multi-trillion-dollar war. Both sides of the market. Some think it goes up, some thinks it's going down. GameStop 204.85, about to break through 205 again, I guess. On volume now of 10.2 million shares. That's where we're at. I don't think the shares should only be up 21 a share right now. Not with that kind of money coming in. $2 billion of buying. $2 billion of buying power, and it's only up $21 a share on a stock that has 70 million outstanding. Nope. That's not right. I understand people are buying and selling it, flipping it. I get the day traders, but nope. There's something not adding up here. This stock is setting up for a big run. It looks like it's setting up for a big run. We're going to find out. Neves Matthews, thank you for becoming part of the channel. Thank you for joining in as a member. Love having you. You're more than welcome. You can start using the neat emojis right now, or like butter emojis right now. We have a bunch of those, and more are coming, folks. More emojis will come out as we keep making them. The more people that join, the more emojis we're allowed to create. We'll keep creating emojis for you to play with. And thank you all for having fun with us here. I love doing this too. Popping these emojis up. It's a lot of fun. Thank you everybody for hanging out with me. 3,300 thumbs ups. Thank you guys for that. Your support of that is so important. Thank you for all these thumbs ups. Keep them coming in, guys. 74 down. Beautiful ratio today. Thank you, everybody. Lots going on here in front of you, behind you, around you. There's a lot going on with this market. And like I say, I'm just trying to give you the play-by-play from a plain English point of view. The Dow is up 172 points, up a half a point. The S&P is up 22. NASDAQ is up 75. And there's $1.9 trillion of stimulus money now out there, and it's churning over and will continue to do so. Good for the markets. There are trillions more floating around from the Federal Reserve. Interest rates are being kept low. Europe issuing trillions of euros, hundreds of billions and trillions of euros to keep their market flowing and keep it funded. Interest rates are in the negative. You can take a mortgage in certain countries in Europe, and you are paid interest to borrow money to buy a house in Europe right now. Just think about that, kids. Can you imagine? You're going to buy a house in Dallas, going to buy a house in Atlanta, going to buy a condo in New York, and your banker says to you, I'll give you a 30-year loan or a 20-year mortgage, whatever you want, on your $1 million house, and I will pay you 1% in interest every year to take out a mortgage from me. How about that deal? How about that? And bankers will probably throw in a toaster oven on top of that to get your business. I mean, that's how much money is sloshing around the markets right now. That's how much you get paid to borrow. Hello, Joey. Thank you for becoming a member of this channel. Nice to have you here. Welcome to the gang. It's unthinkable to think about. I mean, it's just inconceivable. It's inconceivable. I think we just found a new emoji. Buy a car. Come on into our car dealership. You want a brand new car? It's a $50,000 car. Put down 5%, and we'll give you an 8-year loan. And instead of being a zero interest loan, we'll give you a negative 1% loan on this car, this SUV, this pickup truck, whatever this is. $45,000. We'll give you $450 this year up front. We'll give you the first year right now. Here's $450 of interest rebate money. And for the rest of the loan, just pay the principal off, and you only have to pay us back. We'll lend you $45,000. You only have to pay us back $42,000. How about that deal? That is how much money is sloshing around the system right now. There are airlines and there are businesses issuing bonds at zero interest for 7 years. We will not pay you any interest for 7 years, but you can convert your bond into stock at almost double the price of the stock that it's trading at. That's how much money is floating around this market. Unprecedented times, unprecedented situations. But houses selling 20 grand over asking price. That's right. So you buy the house at 20,000 over ask, then you go to your banker and get a mortgage, and the banker says, I'll give you 1% more back every year in interest. So yeah, borrow that house for 1 million, borrow $1 million, and I'll give you 10,000 a year in interest. I'll pay you. Just make the payments, please. That's how much money is sloshing around this market. Jennifer is alive and well. Jared Bibi, new member. Jared, thank you for joining this club. I'm glad you're here. Kaylin, if Uncle Bruce goes viral, we're going to the moon. Share this beautiful, crazy diamond head. Thank you, everybody. 7,200 of you are here. Let the world know we're here. Throw a thumbs up our way. And share this video on Facebook. Share this channel on Reddit. Share this channel on Twitter. Let the world know we're following the GameStop story, and we're not being fooled by these shorters trying to manipulate the market. We're not getting fooled by these guys. It's not working. Thank you, P. Longstock, super sticker. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. 210 on the stock right now. Looks like up $26 a share. Volume on GameStop now is 11.3 million shares, and it's going higher. I mean, the stock's going higher. There's no doubt in my mind. Shorters are trying to manipulate this thing all morning, not working. They got it down to 188 for a second, didn't last, and now we're up here, and I think we're going to go higher. Unreal what's going on here today. Thank you, everybody. Incredible. Now, can you just imagine your credit cards? Can you imagine a credit card company saying, not only we'll give you 5% cash back when you spend money, but on your balance that you're carrying with us, we'll give you 2% credit every month on how much you owe us, because you're an asset to us. That's how much we want your business. That's how much money is slushing. I don't know if that's going to happen, but can you imagine that happening too? Casey Wilson is here. Casey, thank you for joining my channel today. You're joining a pretty good bunch of people here, and it's nice to have you. I hope you have a good time. Pop up some emojis and enjoy. 214 On GameStop, the market up 165 on the Dow, S&P up 22, NASDAQ up 71, and these indexes will go higher, substantially higher. Don't worry about interest rates. The U.S. 10-year at 167. I'm amazed it's that high. There's so much money sloshing around, and the world's currencies always come to the U.S. dollar. I don't know why it's this high. But we'll see. Maybe it'll drop a half a point in the next month or two as this cash keeps circulating through the system. There's more money available than people need. Funny enough, I mean, oddly enough, it's hard to absorb, but that's what's going on. No interest needs to be paid by lenders, by borrowers. Borrowers don't need to pay. It's incredible. 214 on GameStop. Thank you, everybody. Jen, how are you doing?
I'm good.
You had a good night last night? Good sleep?
I did. You?
Yeah, I woke up. Actually, the alarm had to wake me up this morning at 3 o'clock. It's sometimes I wake up about 10 minutes before the alarm goes off, but this time the alarm went off and I was immediately awake. I was ready to go. Millions of dreams going on in the head at the same time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Exactly.
It's never ending.
It's whack-a-mole going on in there.
It's a whack-a-mole going on in there. I guess that's what it is. Oh, so much fun. So much happening. Unbelievable.
Is it bagel time or am I early?
Yeah, it's bagel time. Okay. I'm thinking grape jelly.
Oh, you're going grape jelly?
Yeah, okay. Very nicely toasted bagel with those sesame seeds roasting.
The classic.
Butter, because we've been going through the resistance like butter today. Like we have a new emoji. And grape jelly. Yes, please. Thank you.
Emoji of butter.
Emoji of buddy with the butter emojis going on out there. We got bagel emojis coming up right now. We got I want to rock emojis going on. Oh, it's so much fun. So much fun. Bruce, you two are the absolute cutest. Thank you, Mitchell. Thanks. Why don't you do a collab with Andrew Mo Money? I just don't have time. I'm on the air 5 hours a day. I'm prepping for my show in the morning, prepping for my show in the afternoon, sleeping right away. But I just haven't had time. I'm covering what I'm covering. I'm doing what I'm doing. I collabed with Trey and I collabed with Max, and I've had communication with others. But my channel is so new in this space with respect to how long I've been live and how I'm growing my audience. And I did have an issue with this channel, unfortunately, about a week and a half ago. Those of you who were here know. Those of you who weren't here don't know, probably aren't aware. But a week and a half ago, there was an attack on this channel from a lot of upset viewers with regard to the AMC story, and it caused a lot of stress here, and it caused a lot of problems with regard to the chat room here, and I decided that I think for now I won't collab with anyone at this point and just be here and just deliver my message to my following, and just kind of leave it at that. There are a lot of viewers out there who are passionate about what they're following, but they can be violently passionate about what they're following, and I'm not interested in those viewers. I'm not interested in confrontation with people's opinions and what have you. I come out here and say, this is my opinion. I don't know how many times a day I say it. This is what I think, and this is what I see, and this is how I'm following it. This is how I'm going to call it. But you might not like what I have to say, and so we can respectfully agree to disagree. I'm okay with that, but I'm not okay with anything beyond that. And so I'd rather right now not be on other channels to in any way antagonize, upset, or in any way be against anyone else. I just want to be here for me, and I want to be here for my viewers. And you as viewers can come and go at your leisure. One click away is somebody else's channel, and that's the way I have to go forward. And so that's why I just haven't been, if you've noticed, I haven't really been on anyone else's channels lately. I've been just here working this channel and growing my membership, keeping an eye on my chat box, and just trying to deliver to you what I see happening, and hopefully you respect my opinion to either agree or not agree, but it's okay. And I do the same for you. And so that's where I'm at right now. That's all I can tell you. I can ask you your thoughts on Canadian housing market. We're in rural Nova Scotia. Prices are going crazy, but ready to get in, trying to be smart though. As I have been,
we see ads for Nova Scotia.
That's right.
Come and live here and work remote.
Jen is just mentioning this. We are actually getting television advertisements on our local stations here, talking to us about enjoying the dream of living in Nova Scotia or another province. Like, we're talking 3,500 miles east of here, the other side of the continent. Come on over here and live and work here, because if you're a remote worker, if you're working from home as it is, and all you need is an internet connection, why don't you retire, or why don't you move to Nova Scotia or New Brunswick or Prince Edward Island or Newfoundland? Come out to the Maritimes and live the dream out here. Or people are doing that in British Columbia. I mean, people are moving into Creston right now, wanting to move into a small town of 5,000 people with high-speed internet to follow their dream here. And a lot of people want to retire in certain retirement communities around the world. In North America, of course, you in America know, so many folks from the north want to retire to the south when they get on. Well, there are families right now moving from northern states to southern states because they can move now. They can work remotely now out of Phoenix or Glendale or Scottsdale or Tempe or Tucson or San Diego or Palm Desert, Palm Springs, Rancho Mirage, or Houston or New Orleans or Atlanta or Miami or Tampa or Orlando. I mean, you name the southern communities, whichever one turns you on. Folks are moving to what they call their holiday properties, or the area where they would holiday in the wintertime. They're moving now. They're going in their 30s and 40s, not waiting until they're in their 50s or 60s. There are people in Europe that are making the move. There are people that, I'm pretty sure, there are North Americans and Europeans that would love to go one way or the other. They'd love to go to Europe and live there, or come to North America, live here. There's a lot of want, and once the pandemic thing calms down, this will happen, I think. And then there's the army of people who are now living in an RV, in a trailer, who are now permanently going to be mobile nomads for a while, because it's what they've always dreamt of being able to do. They don't have to save money for the future to do it. They can do it now on their cash flow, because they're dumping their house or condo or apartment and selling off possessions they don't need, putting it all into the RV with a much simpler amount of stuff, and they're mobile. As long as they have the internet connection with the enhanced broadband connection, they're in business. And this change is happening. So housing in Nova Scotia is booming. Yes, a lot of folks wanting to retire there 20 years from now are coming today. Waffle Raptor, thank you for becoming a member of this channel. Thank you so much for joining this group, all of you. Ionized Fallout, we call those people zealots. Zealots. Okay, we were talking about the very emotional investors out there. I mean, there are people out there who have claimed that they're long-term investors, but they've got a 15-minute time frame for the investment to pay off, because they've leveraged everything they've got into whatever it is they're playing. And I'm not trying to attract those kinds of investors. That's not who I'm after. I'm trying to make a play-by-play about what's happening in the stock market. But unfortunately, I do attract every kind of investor out there. And there are a lot of them out there who need a payday now. They need a payday yesterday. And they're looking for guidance from guys like me and other people like me for it. And I find it intimidating. Thank you.
And what's the old cliche? You can't chase the market.
You can't chase the market. Jen knows.
Can't chase the market.
Jen's a former broker, you know. Jen knows the market. Jen is a former desk trader as well. Yeah, she's seen and heard it all. Yes. We got the bagel. Great jelly bagel. I'm so excited. We're at 215 on the stock here. 212, 215 kind of range. I'm not sure who to believe. 216.24. So let's see how high GameStop wants to go while I'm having a bagel today. 218.86 is the high of the day so far of 13 million trade. Let's say 13 million have traded already. And it has really been moving here today. The grape jelly bagel is here. Sometimes short sellers short when I start eating. Sometimes people go long. I'm not sure what to expect, but I think the market is going higher today. So cheers to all of you. Getting myself a bagel going here. Oh. Oh, yeah. You take a sesame seed bagel and you toast it crispy. Those seeds, they take on that roasted flavor. Man, beautiful. Love it. Yep, it's down $10 a share just as I eat my bagel. Some shorters are watching for Bruce to start his bagel to hit the market. Now we're back to 208. So I don't know. I can't tell you, folks. I'll do the best I can with what I got. Beautiful. We're not going anywhere. We're here. $3,800 thumbs ups today. 91 down. Thank you so much for overrunning the downers. I do appreciate it. It is fantastic. It is bagel time for Uncle Bruce. Here we go. It's bagel time. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. 207, 208. That's where we're at. Maybe you should whisper when you eat the bagel. Oh no, I'm eating a bagel too. we need Bruce and his ASMR. Yesterday he whispered the stock like a rocket. While you say some short, I could buy an eToro at 206 back, sold at 212. There you go. There's trading going on. Oh, another 5,000 short and only 65,000 left. No whispering, you'll choke. I got a 200 contract expiring today. Pump for me. A Robinhood IPO, a thing. We'll see how that plays out. $13.6 million traded. Nick, I hear you. I'm sure it's driving you crazy. Now I start to make bagels too. Dominic, hey, Uncle, I just had the best bagel of my life in Brooklyn. Every time I think they can't get better, I find an even better spot. There's some pretty good bagels in Brooklyn. Maryam, new member. Hi, Maryam. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the channel. Nice to have you here. Hope you're doing well out there. I hope you're having a good weekend coming up. Nice to see you today. Fantastic. Maryam, you can now start using emojis. Fantastic. Just a good morning, everybody. Jack, welcome, Maryam. Everyone's welcoming Maryam to the show. Grant, Bruce, would hedge funds bring the market down by selling stocks to cover their commitments? Nah, I don't think so. I think with the buy-ins going on, they'll be able to sell into the strength. It'll just be a rollover. So no, I don't think so. We need like a Twitter roll call. We all do selfies with the bagel at the bell. 210 on GameStop. Looks like it's coming back on again. In the event of a squeeze, what happens if the shorters bankrupt before they cover their shorts? The brokers buy them in first, and the brokers guarantee the dough. And so there's enough money in the system to cover everyone's trades. And then the brokers chase the shorters for their dough. Not a problem. Wally, stock market with Bruce. Jen, it's so nice to know the real rules of investing versus gambling. Investing just makes riding the wave feel right. Now I think I know what Superman feels like a bit. Let's see. Here we go. Marianne, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Bruce. Finally, cheers. I am a member. She made it, and she's now a member. You can't stop Marianne now. Welcome. Thank you for the response. Enjoy your bagel. Thank you, guys. 210.50, 211 on GameStop now. Coming back up again. Mark, new member. Mark, welcome, Mark. $2.12. Welcome, Marcus. Nice to have you here. Welcome one, welcome all. We got the bagels going right now. We are bageling and we want to rock today. Absolutely. It's Friday, 2/12/75. Coming on again. Coming on again while I enjoy my bagel today. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here today. Don't dilute the Bruce, someone is saying pushing back to 213. Welcome, Brandon, to the show, the channel. All kinds of new people here. Brandon is here. Welcome, Brandon. Well, way to go. Yeah, we've been talking about this all day. Some of you have been sending me emails with links into, deep, long articles about this stuff. And I, of course, I don't have time to read it, number one. But I don't dispute it, but I don't have time to verify it either, because I am unqualified to verify some of these points that are being brought up. I can just tell you what I see from the street level, and it's so obvious to me that when you've got the kind of volume that we're trading at now, 14.1 million volume on GameStop, 14 million shares of a company that has 50 million free trading, maybe 15 million actually can trade, and the stock is only up 27 bucks a share. There should be up $60, $70 right now. It should actually be at 250 right now with that kind of volume. That's all I am telling you. But are you having fun? We're all having fun, I hope. 209, 210. AMC 1116, up 22 cents. Woohoo, Roberto. If I bought the stock, it's a wash sale and resell it again at this time. You sell, buy and sell enough, you're going to be a day trader. But you know what? At the end of the year, you do your calculations. I made 50 purchases. I made 50 sales. I started with this much money. I have this much money. Where are you at? It's pretty simple to do your taxes once you know your final number. but you probably want to employ a tax professional to help you with your filings for sure. Okay. Mom Troy, what are you watching? Me? I'm watching a 4'8" man eat a bagel. How tall am I? Do you guys believe it that I'm 4 feet 8 inches tall? Do you believe that? Oh man. It's bagel time, people. Oh yeah. 210.84, 211.82. Wait till Bruce tells the story that he was a roadie for Spinal Tap. Oh man. 212 on the stock. 212. What's it gonna do? What's it gonna do? Good point here. Good point. I get this from time to time. What is the answer for Ona Hester? I join your podcast on my computer, but on my phone I can't chat. I can on my computer. What kind of a setting should Ona do on the phone to be able to chat? Is it a desktop setting, something like that? I don't know how to relay that kind of information. I'm not technical enough. If anyone can anyone help Ona on this one? That would be cool. Anybody know, please. Oh, Brandon, that's nice of you to say. Thank you all for the welcome. I love this channel, and Bruce is way better than the other clickbait channels. If I'm going to pay to support anyone, it's Bruce. Thank you. Thank you very much. 4'8" tall Bruce. Thank you, everybody. 209.44 on GameStop. So it went down while I was eating my bagel, but maybe it's pausing for another run here. Pete is asking, Ona, are you logged in on your phone? Let's see here. I can hear Bruce smacking. Damn, I want a bagel. They're paying so much money to suppress this story in all forms of the media. Love that Bruce isn't into the tea leaves business. He just calls it. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to call it. That's kind of let you in what I see. Kind of like Tony Romo now. He's in the stands trying to call it. 209.74. Dow's up 241. That's a good move now. S&P up 28 and Nasdaq up 83. Markets are going higher. Okay. Waffle Raptor. My average is 57. I want another slingshot dip. Let's see. Bruce, I can't chat on my phone, but I can chat on my computer. There we are. How can we do that? How can that be repaired? I don't know. Does anybody know? If anyone sees it, figures it out, please let Ona know. Chevy, thank you for the donation, $5. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, there's got to be a way to get around it. I'm kind of wondering if the phone, you have to put the phone on desktop mode and then you can chat. But in the app, it doesn't work. Am I right on that? Michelle, can't stop, won't stop, GameStop. There we go. Thank you. All right. Oh boy. Yeah, here we go. Cav, I can't wait for institutional investors to create a problem, then blame it all on retail traders. They tried that in January. They tried to do that in January. Absolutely. Unbelievable. Yeah, here she needs to make sure she's logged into YouTube on her phone. Yep. YouTube app, login, open stream, click live chat, I guess. Stop using Romo. He was garbage. You're not garbage. Yeah, but he gets 10 million a year to be on the air. That ain't garbage. Oh, and he does Sketcher ads. Although I don't think I'd be very good at Sketcher ads. You know, don't think you want to use a 65-year-old guy to show off Skechers. Not the demographic you want to attract, I don't think. Not really the way you want to go. What can I say? Thank you, Bruce. On the IPOE, I'm up 10%, 1746, up 83 cents on IPOE today. Christopher, the live chat button is right next to the like and dislike button on mobile. And you just click it and you can join the chat. The live chat button right next to the like and dislike button on mobile. Royalty Life, you're the man, Bruce. Always a pleasure to tune in. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate these kind words. Thank you. What can I say? Attack is coming. Well, 203.39. We got an attack going on. Yep. We were at 215 when I started my bagel, and now we're at 203. They're attacking the stock. Let's see what happens. Bruce needs to do some New Balance ads. There we go. Sandy, a big attack coming in Sunday saying, laughing out loud, Bruce, you and Skechers, you would light up with Skechers would be cool. Oda, yeah, you got it working. You're using Android or phone. 4'8" man with a 15 size shoe. And the toes curl up. 205 on the stock. Oh my gosh. Here comes the attack. Oh man. No need. Freedom to swing trade. Listening to the commentary gives me the ability to work at my day job and trade at the same time. Amazing service. Thank you, everyone. Ona is back. It's working out, I think. This is good stuff. How dare they attack during Sacred Bagel time? 207 now. Oh my gosh. Uncle Bruce's House of Bagels. 15 million volume right now. Hey, Joe Montana is 64 and does Skechers. How about that? I mean, if Montana can do it, you know. Mata Kushka, level 2 shows sellers loading up with 23 shares a piece, 3 pennies apart. If that's algorithmic, I don't know what is. Let's see. Nikolai, when I get rich from GameStop, I'm going to buy a lion and name it Bruce. Greetings from Denmark. Oh, fantastic. Oh my gosh. Crazy for Uncle Bruce to call this real time without even looking at charts. The GOAT. 208.72, 209 now, maybe coming on again. Bruce, it went up when I had my bagel and down when you had yours. So there you go. New Balance doing a rebrand with Romo Cowie and Jack Harrow. It would make sense. Have Uncle Bruce in there. IPOE up 5% now. It's up 82 cents to 17.45. Very good. VGAC up 16 cents to 10.26. The Vantech Vectors Semiconductor Fund up 5.27 at 2.35. Home Depot up 2.33. IBM up $1.24. Dow up 2.03. Microsoft up $1.14. Apple down 16 cents. Tesla down $5. Not much going on there overall, but the big three markets are all ahead. Javier, not leaving. We're not leaving. There you go. Thank you, Bruce. Where's that comment here? Hang on. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to keep up. Oh my gosh. So many comments. Oh my gosh. I'm way behind. Ona was saying, thank you for pronouncing my name right. You're more than welcome. Okay. Nick, suggestion: 4 billionaires, if they truly want to do philanthropy work to help masses, is to buy all shorted stocks, forcing shortage to cover. I think there you go. You want to shift money around from the rich to the poor. How about that, Christopher? The live chat button is right next to the like and dislike button on mobile. You can get in there. Thank you for Royalty for Life. Okay, I'm just catching up on messages here. Charlie, thank you for this donation. Okay. Hang on, I'm trying to catch up here. Thank you. Javier, thank you. Okay, I'm back up here. Congrats on 105,000 subs. Yeah, we passed that yesterday, I think. Yesterday, the day before, we got back over 105 again. We had been at 105, went back to 104. Now we're back over 105 again. So that's pretty cool. Live with Uncle Bruce right now, 4,100 thumbs ups today. Thank you all for that. 6,300 of you are here right now. If any of you can throw a thumbs up our way, let's pop that up there. 99 on the downside, so it's 41 to 1 on the up to down ratio. Thank you again for hitting the thumbs up button and getting us going over there. That tells YouTube to send more people to this channel. That's how that works. And the more people that find out about what we're doing, the more people will understand perhaps what really is going on with GameStop. That is what that's the objective here today, at least lately, is make sure the GameStop story is truly being understood, truly being followed and represented, because there's certain media you go to and you're not going to get the story, what's going on with GameStop at all. $210 a share, $211 a share, and we got 4,200 thumbs ups with 103 on the downside. So keep those thumbs ups coming, guys. Throw the thumbs up real hard, and let's move this thing to 5,000 thumbs ups. That would be terrific. Thank you, everybody, for all of your support. Here's what we need right here. We need these thumbs ups right now. Bring it in, baby. Make it happen. And I thank you. All of you who are popping by to say hi, thank you. Those of you who are sending me chats, donations on PayPal, thank you for that. Appreciate it. None of that hurts at all. We are, like I say, pounding away here, following this market, a sitting bull. Thank you, buddy, for that comment, and all of you who are sending kind words to us. Appreciate it. Do appreciate it. Buzzer, Fanigan is saying we need the buzzer. 211.66 on GameStop. Volume now is 15.5 million. AMC, unfortunately, has gone negative. It's down 8 cents to 10.86. Maybe it's getting hit by a short seller. I don't know. 35.5 million. Light volume for AMC today. That's not heavy volume at all. Started well, but now it's getting quiet. 10.86 a share on AMC. GameStop, 211, up $27 today. 15.7% gain on top of the 50% gain yesterday. The stock will go higher. I just don't see the army of buyers stopping. This stock has now shifted to the Ryan Cohen watch, and investors and shareholders are looking at the Ryan Cohen watch going forward. 8 directors leaving with new directors coming. They will be likely Ryan Cohen appointees, all in the e-commerce expertise area or something along that line. It'll be interesting to see if any directors coming in will be with Wall Street backing, perhaps serious Wall Street brokerage backing. That would be kind of nice to see. We'll watch for that. I just have a feeling that the buyers of this stock who are buying now, these retail investors, they're an army ants of investors coming in here, and they're picking this off, and they're just going to hold it long term. They're going to hold it for 6 months, a year, 2 years, to allow Ryan Cohen the time to do what has to be done to convert this company over to e-commerce. I just get that sense, and I don't believe that the shares will be lower. They'll be higher. Shorters are in trouble. The stock should be at $627. There are probably 3 shares trading for every share that exists, and this gets tightened up. It'll be interesting to see if the shares keep running today. All the contracts right now up to almost $210 are in the money. If this stock goes to $250 today, if it actually goes that high, all the contracts to $250 are in the money tonight. This is Friday, option expiry day. This is exactly what they don't want on the naked call side. They don't want to see this. They do not want the stock at 210. They don't want it at 220. They don't want it at 250 because they're on the hook for a ton of money. If they have to cover the shares, if they have to buy up the stock to deliver against their call covers. I'm wondering how many call contracts will be written and will be exercised tonight. That could be a whole bunch of millions of shares needed starting Monday and Tuesday just to cover these options. This will be a most interesting battle between now and the end of the night tonight, the end of the day today. So that's what I'm watching here. Massive speculation, wild swings, and I think much higher prices for the stock. Tori, thank you for becoming a member of this channel to join the gang here. It's great that you're here with us. Absolutely fantastic. Why is it that AMC is being attacked more than GameStop? Our volume is so low on GameStop, something is off. Well, actually, you got to figure out AMC is trading at 11, GameStop trading at 200 to 220. That means a 20-to-1 ratio. So if you multiply GameStop volume by 20, that is 320 million shares of AMC volume, the equivalent of 320 million AMC shares so far changing hands in GameStop, because it's all relative. We're talking about more than 1/5 of the entire company that has changed hands here. AMC, the volume of AMC has been only 36 million shares. That is 1.8 million GameStop shares of volume equivalent. That is extremely light. AMC is not trading very much. It's 11.01 right now, up 7 cents, but it is not getting massive buying coming in right now. Unlike GameStop, that has traded very aggressively so far today, and on a dollar basis, a whole bunch of money coming into the GameStop stock. A whole bunch of money. 210 again, back up to 210 again, up $26 a share. Interesting. Well, what can I say? What else is going on here? More comments, people popping in. Thank you, Tori, again for becoming a member. And change YouTube name to Bruce is the Truth. And butter. We are running here. And let's see. You have shared GameStop short squeeze situation with your family, friends, and neighbors. I have apes, aunts, uncles, nephews, brothers, sisters, letting people know what's going on. And where else are we going here? Checking comments. We're now at 210.95, going to 211 again. Thoughts on the Chewy outlook? I don't have any. I don't follow Chewy like incredibly closely. I don't watch the minutia every minute of the stock. I'm not following it that like that. But this company, GameStop, is going to be Chewified. No question about that for gamers, which is going to be a good thing for gamers, I think. The Dow up 192, now up 188. S&P up 26. NASDAQ up 90. Oil up 259 is what we have here. And we're watching to see how the markets want to react as the day goes on. Oil up 259 a barrel to 61. GameStop at 209.47. AMC now 10.98, up 4 cents. Vector Acquisition down 2 cents to 11.87. NAV Site Holdings up 13 cents to 10.03. IPOE is now up 98 cents to 17.61. Gores Holdings down 18 cents to 14.16. Virgin Group Acquisition up 19 cents to 10.29. Starboard Value down a nickel to 9.93. Fortress Value down up a penny to 9.96. Vanek Vectors up 5.56 to 235.66. Home Depot up 3.14 to 300 a share. It has broken the 300 a share barrier. Very interesting. Max, still very few contract calls between 225 and 325. We need more support in that range. If it gets to 420, IT will break out to the 550, 600 within minutes. If that stock does that. Well, we're watching it closely. Right now, another attack coming in at 203, 203.87 right now. Another attack coming in on the stock. We're going to see what's happening. $10 drop in 15 seconds is what you can get on GameStop right now with these attacks. But on the other side, you get these bounce backs, and you're now up to 205, 206 again. Funny how it goes. 206.50, running back up the other side of the flagpole. Unreal. A lot of attacking, a lot of speculating going on GameStop. The shorters, the longs, 207 now on the stock. Coming back 207.50 now, jumping up yet again. This is how this market works. What can I tell you? BlackBerry to stop reporting non-GAAP metric first highlighted by MarketWatch. Okay, see what that means. What's going on? 207.68 on the GameStop. It was just at 202 a minute ago. Volume on GameStop now is 16.6 million shares volume on GameStop. Very, very good active volume today. And, we're an hour and a half, not quite an hour and a half into the day already. Very, very interesting pattern and lots of trading going on. No stop the GameStop. That's what we're seeing here. And what was that? I'm just looking at comments here. I appreciate that Bruce sticks with the companies he knows instead of Googling it and giving his opinion. Yeah, I can't be doing that. I haven't got time to cover every single stock out there. Just not able to do. 206, 207, 207 on GameStop now. 207 again. High of the day on GameStop, by the way, 218.86. So it is 11.85 away from the high of the day. But you think about that and go, that's it? It's only $11 from the high of the day. This thing just dropped $10 in a minute. So it can pop $10 in a minute the other direction. So this stock could be 2 minutes away from a new high anytime. You just do not know. The low, 184.31. That was right after about 15 minutes of the opening. Short seller tried to destroy the market and got taken to town because that thing turned right around and went up to 218. Within about 20 minutes, it went right up to 218. So that's 94. That's $34 higher in 15 minutes from the attempted hit this morning. Very interesting. Deeper value. There are only two non-meme stocks, and those are Tesla and GameStop. Learn Keith Gill and Bruce. Interesting stuff. We will see what's going on here. Bama, babe, what are your theories on how this liquidity problem in the stock market can be fixed without crashing the market? Well, I don't think the market will crash out. I think it's just money changing hands, flowing from one party to another. So if the shares were to rise in value because the short sale positions and undeclared short sale positions are being closed out, forced out, the dollars change to stronger hands with more cash. It's not like money is leaving the market. It is just repositioning itself inside the market. And so the indexes will be higher, the shares will be higher. But there'll be fewer actually artificially created shares in reality. Matt Hallfelder, thank you for becoming a new member of this channel. Nice to have you here. I'm glad you could make it and join us today. It's good stuff. 203.50 now on the stock as it jumps about here, back and forth, back and forth. We'll see what's going on. Every 15 minutes, every minute or two, changes. 204 again. On the stock now. Volume approaching 17 million, 16.8, 16.9 million now. AMC down 7 cents to 10.86 on 38.6 million. Very light volume for AMC, and it's off on the day at this point. We'll see how it works its way out. GameStop 202, 201, 202. The indices are still higher, but the Dow is off from its high of the day. But still up 180 on the day. There we are, 202.30 on the GameStop shares. What will it do? Yes, we need to spread the word. I agree. Get this channel noticed. Throw the thumbs ups out there. We got 4,400 going now. Get us more thumbs ups, folks. Hit the thumbs up button for me. And YouTube will promote this channel. If you give me more thumbs ups, they will promote this channel to more people. And the more people that find us will join us. Those who join us will realize, oh yeah, they're following the market on a minute-by-minute basis, and this guy reacts to his clients, to his viewers. 17 million traded now at 201.37, up $17 a share is where we're at right now. We just had 100 thumbs ups come through at 4,500. Thank you everybody, smashing that thumbs up like button. Appreciate it. We got a 45-to-1 ratio between thumbs ups and thumbs downs. 198.50 on GameStop, trying to take a run at the stock right now. Trying to hit the bids, trying to make it look weak. 194 on the stock right now. Here we go again. This is absolutely not normal selling. This is targeted. It is deliberate, and it is coming straight at the bids without any time to get bidders time to put in new buy orders. This seller is hitting every buyer they can find to try to drop the market. 193.95 is what we're watching right now. The stock is getting hit at almost every angle. We'll see how deep the pockets are of this seller. We'll see what's going on here. Let's go. 195.38 right now. Here we go. Another huge short attack. 195.38 on GameStop. We're following the trading pattern here this morning. Volume now 17.5 million. 500,000 shares in 2 minutes have come in at market. Just sell it whatever price you can get at it for. Just hit every bid there is and try to break the back of this market. Not getting it. We're back to 198. The army of ants. There's too many of them, and they're going to just keep coming in here and nibbling it up, and buying it. You'll create disruptions. Oh yeah, you will. But the wave of army ants is just going to overpower the short sellers, and I don't think they're going to be able to stop the market. This is going to go higher. I think so. Wow. What can I say? What can I say? 198. Someone's saying, yeah, 198. Ona, yeah, 198. Right. How much money are they burning trying to keep this thing down? They're losing their butts. These guys are taking bets. You sell 1 million shares into this market. That's $197 million for 1 million shares. You selling 500,000 shares? You just put 90 million on the table, and you dropped it down to whatever it was, 180 something. It's now 196. You're upside down. It's not going your way. Not a good idea to be trying to fight this market. I don't know if these guys will have enough dough to really affect this market the way they want to affect it. But I'm not a trillionaire, and I'm not handling billions of people's money, so I can't tell you. But 195.65 here, and I think anyone shorting this is going to be a loser. Anyone who short this stock is going to lose. The upside is limitless, limitless. 30-cent downtick now on AMC, 1060 on AMC, low of the day on 40 million. So 4 million shares of selling has come in on AMC to drop it to the low of the day. Not good. 1060. 196.63 now on GameStop, coming on again. Just a little bit here and a little bit there. Wow. We'll see what's going on. Again, those of you who think this is a dip, you want to try to score some, you put a buy order in and see if it'll come to you. You might get lucky. I don't know. $5 below the market, $10 below the market. You put in a bid, and if you get filled, you get filled. Great. 198 now on the stock again, up about 4 from the recent low here at the moment. Volume now on GameStop is showing 17.9 million. 900,000 in 10 minutes traded on GameStop. That is serious volume. 198.80 pushing 199 a share, over 199, now pushing 200 again. Very, very quickly pushing 200 a share again for another pop. Very interesting. Marcus, is it possible GameStop could be waiting for a certain stock price to make a big announcement? Just curious if that's common. No, that's not normally how they work. They usually just do releases. They'll do a press release and just do it, and not even worry about what the market is up to. That's my hunch on that. 199 on the stock right now. What we see it on right now. We'll follow this. 199, 197.90 is jumping around here. It is jumping around, and this is what it does. Okay. Does it make any sense to sell at 254 and buy back now? Look, you got to you decide for how long you're a shareholder. That's what you got to figure out. Broke 200 again. Someone was saying, excuse me. Nothing about GME is common anymore. Nothing is common. I was a moron. I picked up 2 at 216 today. Well, you might be ahead in minutes. You don't know. 197 right now. You could be ahead in minutes. Please go back up. Someone's saying. Please go back up. DFV tweet. I don't know what it means. Adventure Duncan. I'm buying. Wally Marcus, sustained price, no question. Ryan Cohen is an investor, not a gambler. 196.66 on 18 million volume now. Another million have gone through. 197.29, 197.78, going up to 198 again. Looks like. Buzzer. We need the buzzer. We got the buzzer. 197, 197.99 on the stock. Coming back up again. We don't flinch. There you go. We don't flinch. Let's see. It's not a bad deal at 216 when it's 1,000 a share. That's a good philosophy. 197 now. Let's go. Don't sell at a loss. We need Bruce to whisper at the camera again. Buy more and average down. The buzzer. We support our fearful apes. There we go. Hold, brothers, hold. I'm holding till 1,000. There you go. 1234 at 196.09, 195.89. Okay. That's where we're at. Where we are. Lean and whisper. They all want me to lean and whisper. I don't know why. I don't know why you want me to do that. We'll just hope for the best. 194 to 195. Let's see what happens. Even if you're averaging 300 a share, you're gonna make money on this stock. That's what they're saying. Can you see if Ryan Cohen would like to be a guest on your live stream? I can tell you right now, Ryan Cohen will not be a guest on this show. There's a good reason for that. Anything he says could be viewed as material information regarding the company. So I doubt he would want to be a member and a guest. Now, he's more than welcome to be here. I would love to have him. No question about it. If you'd like to be a guest on my show and he's sitting in his office, he's got his pet with him, even better. I'm happy to talk to him about whatever he wants to talk about. But something tells me he will not be able to answer the questions you want answers to, and he won't even want to be exposed to that kind of talk. So I just don't see it happening. But, he's more than welcome to join in anytime he wants. 195.69 on GameStop coming on again. What will it do here? Will it go through 200 or not? The lean and whisper usually comes with a huge dose of virality and inspiration. So don't push him on leaning into the camera like that. Run, Forrest, run! Oh man, let's see. Wally's World, Marcus, Google Ryan Cohen's interviews when he was building Chewy. See his interviews on his dad. He is really so grounded. It's so refreshing. He's the real deal. There you go. I think he and I would get along pretty well as individuals because we both had very strong influences from our fathers. I think there would be a lot of similarities there. But again, there's only so much he can say publicly about what's happening. He's a director of a publicly traded company, and he's got to be so careful what he says. So I'm just saying, buy and hold GME Stonk Whisperer. ASMR with Bruce. As long as we buy, hold, and disable stock sharing in your platform, the choke chain just gets tighter on the hedge funds. 191.10 right now. 190 on the stock. A little selling coming in. Domain admin, new member. Welcome. 188.72. New attack coming in right now. New attack on the stock. Had a recovery and now an attack. 18.6 million. Another 500,000 just came in, hitting the market non-stop with these orders. You got to wonder how many millions do they want to put into this thing today? Do they want to add another 5 million to their short position? Are they going to throw another 10 million? A million shares of sales is $188 million. 10 million of sales is 1.8 billion in cash to be thrown at this market. So you got to wonder how hard and how far. 187.60. Is this Chicago? Is that what this is? Is it the naked short call writers trying to drop the price of this stock well under 200? What are they doing? 187 now, 72. Marcus will do. Thanks to the information, guys, and Uncle Bruce. What can I say? Great job. I'm enjoying this conversation. Bye. Dip for ants. More like another dip. 188.33. 188.23. Jumping about. This is the game. This is the war. Every dip, there's buying coming in. Is the buying going to take the market to a new high? Will the sellers reach a point today where they're going, we're not shorting anymore. We've done all that we can to stop this thing. We're not shorting anymore. And it just goes higher. It's now 190 again. I don't know. It could well be that all day 50, 60 million of buying comes in and picks up all this stock and runs at another 30, 40 bucks a share. It's entirely possible. Will it? This is the question. 191.14 just jumped $5 in 2 minutes. Here we go. 191.20, 191.50 coming on. 192.40 coming on again. Another dollar. This is serious buying power coming in here. Yeah, you don't give buyers time to come in. They come in after you finish selling and they just start buying it up again. And it can go higher because there's a lack of selling. You've gapped out the sellers as well. And the next thing you know, you're back up $5-6 from that little low, 192.87 going to 193 here. We'll see what this stock wants to do. But who has the most marbles to dominate this game? Who can dominate this game, the sellers or the buyers? We're going to find out here as the day wears on. 192.87, 193.43. We're 93.99, 194.47, 194.99. It's going through 195 now. 195.44, like butter. We just jumped $8 in 2 minutes. 196.41. We're up $9 in 5 minutes. 196 on the stock right there. 196 right now. Volume now 19.2 million. Another 500,000. That's buying power now coming into this market. There are short sellers, I think, so exposed that eventually they're going to be shut down by the brokerage firms. They're going to shut them down. Too much exposure. 196.01. This stock can go a lot higher. Much higher than this. Very fascinating to watch. It's absolutely fascinating. Like Spock says, fascinating, Captain. Yeah. 195.22, 195. Yeah, that's what we got. Unbelievable. Wally's got to go this time. Thanks. Talk to everyone either tonight or in the AM. Cav, Gun, I'll looking for you too. Thank you, Wally's World, for being here. All your support. Love you, man. Have a great one. Talk to you later on. 194.87, 195.03. Yeah, that's it. Every time they hit, the bounce back proves GameStop is real. They spent 1 million shares on an $8 drop that's already almost gone. $190 million of stock sales did not drop the stock at all. It just bounced back. Like what? And people are worried about the company maybe raising $100 million. You're worried about the dilution of the company raising $100 million when it just traded $196 million in 5 minutes? What are you talking about? What reality are you not on out there? Unbelievable. 196.50 coming on again. Very interesting patterns here. Unbelievable. It is wild. It is wacky. It is insane. It is unreal. That's what we got, folks. There's a lot happening here. We'll stay on top of this. Man, oh man, unbelievable. 194.65. Okay. Fantastic. Sitting Bull Cav. If you really are with Citadel, I'm taking back the money that I've been stealing from folks. Oh man. Those green candles are way too strong. Those up candles, they are super strong. This market's going higher. 195.51. Watching it closely. Okay. The Dow is up 178, bouncing up a little bit now. S&P up 22, NASDAQ only up 46, but it is a green 46 points. 194.65 on the GameStop. Volume now approaching 20 million, I think. 19.5 million volume. We are moving paper through here. This is serious money. At 20 million shares at $200 a share average, that's $4 billion in stock changing hands today. That is fresh buying coming in. That is serious buying. This Wall Street Bets crowd, 9.5 million followers minimum on Wall Street Bets. They are rallying around GameStop shares because they're buying into the Ryan Cohen story. They're buying into the Ryan Cohen future for this company. And that's an army of buyers. 9.5 million. If only 1 million of them all want 100 shares each, there aren't enough shares to go around. Not down here. This stock will be so much higher. JC, 90 shares at 198. I think I just peed my pants. What can I say? 9.5 million have way more than $1 average. I agree. They don't own a share each. They have 100 each. That's a ton of stock. That's 950 million shares of buying power. Think about that. 950 million shares of buying power on stock with 70 million outstanding. Is it any wonder it's up to 198 a share right now? It's coming on again. Yeah, there's an army of buyers coming into this stock that will overpower all the shorters. The hedge funds will not have enough money to stop it. They'll eventually cave and just give up on it. Eventually, the brokerage community will stop the hedge funds from the non-delivery nonsense, and that's the other thing I'm waiting for is this game of shuffleboard, moving stock around that doesn't exist. Will have to stop. 198.44, 198.67, going back to 200. So go through 200 in a minute. From what I can tell the way this is trading, 198.80. Very interesting. What can I say? Unbelievable bounce backs. Volume now 19.8 million shares, about to hit 20 million volume within the first hour and a half, just a little after the first hour and a half. That's what we seem to be getting right now. A very active market here. Absolutely incredible. Yep. Okay, Dow up 187, coming on again. Good to see. Oil still up 244 to 61 bucks. And folks commenting here, if it hits 210, it should pop a bit there. Someone emailed Kramer. Do you think they'll change their strategies? Do you think hedge funds will change their strategies at the end of the first quarter, which ends next Wednesday? Anything's possible. But there are hedge funds that are long, okay, and there are hedge funds that are short. The longs also know that this is going higher. They know it. They can tell it. They might also be jumping in here and picking up blocks of stock. They could be the ones buying up these 500,000 share blocks of stock that are coming in. They're buying it. They're going long on it and just saying, how much more do you got? Give me all you want. I'll take millions off you. I'll take $1 billion of stock off your hands. These buyers are just sitting there going, come on, give us everything you got, because you will pay a higher price if you sell me more here. You'll be buying this stuff back at much higher prices than when you've seen before. But some believe it, some don't. What can I say? Anyway, that's the deal. Several hedge funds are long now. That is correct. Several hedge funds are long now. 197 on the stock. Let's go. Kramer endorsed GameStop. We've got Daniel. When I buy on excitement, I always buy high. On Tuesday, I felt terrible. Set limit buys all day, nibbling all the way down. 38 shares of my best buys. Yeah, you've done well this week if you were buying low, for sure. Doing great here. 194, 196 seems to be the trading range. Get to 210. So many calls at 210. Are you serious on Kramer? What hedge funds are longing it? Can't tell you. I can't tell you the names. These guys are anonymous. They don't go around Wall Street showing off, bragging about it. They're just up in those towers up there trading, and they're buying, and the money coming in is huge. As is the selling, big selling, but big buying today, big buying. What else we got here? He kind of endorsed it. He also mentioned that at $15 a share, when they were short at 15, that was a dumb idea. He was saying those hedge funds are stupid to be short at 15, and they paid the price, terrible price. Now they're short here. They're short from 50 all the way up to here, and every time it goes up another dollar or two or 10 or 15, it gets worse for these guys. So what can I say? Anyway, let's see what's going on here. Kramer endorsing GameStop just didn't tighten up my return. He did defend GameStop the other day. It was pretty funny. The other dude seemed so smug, Mr. Kramer. Mr. Was it Ferber? We have Fadigan. Long hedge funds has to love these attacks. They keep buying in price and control. We got BlackRock as a hedge fund here. Bruce, thoughts on Crayola? It's maybe Rose Art, the sneaker play. I'm just thinking I should get some calls with all the crayon eating that's been going on. What's the volume right now? I think it's 20 million. 20 million volume now on GameStop. 195 a share. All right. BlackRock's no secret there. JC, is an attack just the quick drops, or does it keep going for a while to hold the price down? These are just attacks that come in. I think little shots that are coming in here from time to time. The stock will bounce up and have an attack, and bounce up, an attack, bounce up, an attack. It's what's going on here, and the volume is now 20 million shares. Very, very interesting. And the shorts think they think they can win if they keep attacking it. That's their strategy. They're thinking, well, we're just going to keep doing this, and we're going to break their backs. We'll break their backs. Hasn't happened. I don't think they understand that they're up against maybe 30 million buyers of stock that might want 80 million shares over the next week. Not going to get it. Not going to get it down here. Crazy. I don't fit those clown shoes. Let's go here. Many institutional titans are battling while the retail investor army has swarm around their feet. Yeah, I agree. 180, 190, 182. 20,100,000 going through so far. 190.63, another attack happening right now. It's happening right here. It's getting hit with stock. It was just a smidgen below 200 about 3 minutes ago. Now we're back into this level, 190.62, and a lot of trading going on here. A lot of day trading, a lot of back and forth energy. We'll see what's going on here. Oh boy, a lot of the drop is day trading, and those folks must be making crazy money the last few months. 191.23. Volume now is 20.2 million, another 200,000. What we're showing, I've been watching, AMC down 44 cents to 10.50. Not good on AMC at all. 10.44 low of the day. 46.7 million. Very light trading on AMC, and it's not getting any help today. Charlie, what are the advantages, disadvantages would be to the longs of the company issuing more stock versus a stock split? Better for us with the stock split, don't you think? Down here, you don't want to split the stock too soon. And I don't know if they're going to issue any paper here. I really don't know if that's going to happen. They don't need to. They got 630 million cash on hand right now. The Army ants coming into this thing as the board changes direction. New management takes over at the top. Maybe then they'll consider looking at a split down the road, or a financing. There could be all kinds of ideas coming up, but at this point, the Ryan Cohenization, the Cohenization of the company is underway, and that's what people are buying into right now, is the Cohenization of this company. 188.70, another attack is happening right now on the stock. It is getting hit again for the 5th time today, 6th time today. Another wave of selling is coming in on the stock right now. 20,300,000 traded, another 100,000 just came through. 189.42 on the stock. They're trying again to hit the market to try to break the back of the buyers. Low of the day, 184. We're at 189.38. Now showing at 191.50 again, coming on yet again. Back and forth goes the battle. 20,350,000. Not much of a sell wave coming in this time to have an effect. 191.22. That's the story on the GameStop right at this moment in time. That's what we're doing, guys. What we're watching. I got 14 minutes to go before this show is done, and I'll be on later this afternoon for my next show, 1 hour before the close. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. This has been great. 192 on the stock, by the way. We're going up again. We have 4,700 thumbs up. So if you can find 300 for me, guys, if there's any way some of you can give me a thumbs up right now, maybe we can get enough of you to give me a thumbs up to get us over 5,000 thumbs ups. I'm sure we're only 200 something away. We're probably well over 4,700 right now. Please hit the thumbs up button to get me over 5,000 thumbs ups before I go off the air. We have 110 on the downside, 4,800 now on the upside. Thank you. Keep those thumbs ups coming in, guys. Nail that thing. 193.50 on GameStop as it is climbing. 194 now on GameStop, climbing in. 4,900 thumbs ups, less than 100 away from 5,000 thumbs ups, guys. Thank you so much. Hit that thumbs up button. Get me over 5,000. 194 and 5,000 thumbs ups, and 194 on the stock. Everything is moving at the same time. Thank you, everybody, for this. We're at almost a 50-to-1 ratio between thumbs ups and thumbs downs. Volume 20,500,000. Another 200,000 of buying just came in here to run this market back up to this 193, 194 level. Quite amazing how this stock bounces up each and every time it gets attacked. 5,100 thumbs ups. Thank you, guys. There's coming in still. Beautiful. Love that very, very much. Thank you, guys. This is cool bean stuff. All righty. What do we got here? Whisker Wagon. Have you seen the stock markets with Uncle Bruce parody on YouTube? Pretty funny. There have been a few. I just haven't had time. Have not had time to watch them. I am so swamped with emails and offers of sponsorship and hackers and not legitimate offers of support. I mean, it's just we're busy here. We're really trying to keep on top of this. 194.50 on the stock, by the way. So I just haven't had time to relax and watch YouTube. I just am so busy with these two shows and trying to keep videos going and keep you posted. 194.50, 194.60 now. Coming on again, 194.70 on the GameStop shares, inching higher at the moment. We'll see how this wants to play itself out. The shorters keep coming in with attack after attack after attack. Volume now 20,600,000 approximately where we're at now. We only just hit 20 million 10 minutes ago, and we've had 600,000 shares trade since then. It's just amazing. What can I say? Let's go. Thank you, folks, for being here, following me. 194.08 right now. And butter. It's going up like butter. Going up. It's going under attack. Bruce, the email alone must be a full-time job. Probably about 200 a day now. 200 emails a day. Unbelievable. Yesterday, I received about 40 emails because you guys were contacting Redbubble to get this and this and this logo over here and this logo over here. Thank you all for that. Redbubble is just busy as it can be right now with all of their outlets trying to make this product for you guys. It's just hilarious. The mugs and the shirts get made after you order it. As soon as you place your order, they put the order out, produce this sweatshirt, make a t-shirt, make a coffee mug, whatever, and whatever country your order comes from. And then within 24 hours of your order being placed, the item is made and shipped already. They're at the ready. Within hours of you making an order on Redbubble, your order is on its way. You get an email confirmation from them. Then you get some of you get tracking numbers telling you when it's going to be there. And oh man, it's unbelievable. So those of you who have been supporting me through making orders on Redbubble, thank you so much for all of that. I do very much appreciate it. Thank you. Let's go here. What else have we got going? Some of you have been making donations today for me on PayPal. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. What can I say? Thank you. All right, let's go back here to StreamYard. We're getting ready to we're going to be shutting down in about 8 minutes from now. 193.63 on the stock for GameStop. The Dow up to 127. S&P up 15. Nasdaq up 14. And we've got AMC down 37 cents to 10.57. VACQ Vector Acquisition down 37 to 11.52. We've got NAV Site Holdings up 12 cents to 10.02. IPOE up 76 cents to 17.39. Gore's Holdings down 56 cents to 13.78. That's a good buy there. Virgin Group Acquisition up 17 cents to 10.28. Starboard Value down to nickel at 9.92. Fortress unchanged at 9.95. Vanek Vector Semiconductor up 4.49. Home Depot 300 a share up 2.95. IBM up $1.17 up to 1.34. Microsoft up $1.20. Apple down 65 cents. Tesla down $12. Not much happening there. Bed Bath & Beyond up 36 cents today. BlackBerry down 26 cents today. And then we got the cruise lines. The Royal Caribbean down 28 cents. Norwegian up 6 cents. Carnival down 18 cents. Mixed market on those issues at the moment. 193, 194 now on GameStop. That is what is happening. Up $10 a share today on GameStop, as we keep watching how this market is going to react going forward. Lucas B., the voice of the people. Hey, Bruce, still holding my April 1st calls. Do you think today will be a fight for 200? P.S. Where's the bagel? Not here for advice. Had the bagel already. Watching everything. Today is option expiry day, so it's a big battle today in around this 190, 200 range. Obviously, as we can see, we're going to see how this all works its way out. I still maintain the stock can go higher overall, but we'll see what the shorters have in mind and what the options traders are going to do. You're in there for next week, and that will be interesting because Wednesday is the end of the quarter, and that's 31st of March, Wednesday. So there's going to be a big battle on the pricing of the stock for that close. And then Friday, Saturday, I don't know what can happen. The stock might just surge the Thursday, Friday after that. You're going to stick around and watch. I'm sure you'll be here. I'll be here, and we'll see what this market wants to bring us. Justin, hey Bruce, your IPOE recommendation just announced they will be offering IPOs to retail investors before it's publicly traded on the market. They'll be offering IPOs to retail investors before they go into the market. I don't know what that means. I'm not sure what that actually entails, but it's 1747 on the stock right now. That's where the shares are on the IPOE market at this point. So they're having a good day here. 1745 up 82 cents. So the market is definitely liking what it sees today, what it hears today, what's going on so far. And that's all I know. IPOE, looking here at announcements perhaps, and see if anything coming through. No, nothing there. How about over here? There's a filing that was done, but not today. So no, I don't have anything there. And over here, I've got no new news. I have no new news today on this stock. So I don't see anything here at all that would indicate what you're mentioning at this point, unless you've got something early and I don't see it. GameStop, 190.45, up 6.45 a share. Volume on GameStop now, 20.8 million. Now at 188, 189, getting hit again. Another wave of selling coming at it. We'll watch this here, 188.10, 188.17, 188.75. This is what it's doing at the moment. Is this wave of any significance or just a mini wave, or is there much more behind it? Keep an eye on this market to see what it wants to do. NASDAQ just turned negative, down 16 points. S&P up 11, Dow up 103. 186 on GameStop. 185.12 on GameStop. Low of the day has been 184.31. Waiting to see if we can hit a new low. 182.96, new low. A 182.96 just hit. Now sitting at 183. New low for the day. It's being attacked hard and heavy. Volume now 21.2. That's a 500,000 more that came through here, I think. 184 now. We hit, I think, 182 for the low. 182.68. It's now 184.68, up $2 from that low. 186 is the market right now. That's what we're showing here. 187 now. Up 450 from the low a minute ago. 187.50 now. 187.75. It's up $5 from the low a minute and a half ago. Maybe 90 seconds ago. Maybe 90 seconds ago. Volume on GameStop now is 21.3 million. That's 600,000 more than just a few minutes back. 188.29. Bouncing back yet again. That's what's going on, guys. If you're looking for a dip to buy, they put an order in at 181, put an order in at 176, put an order in at 170. You might get lucky, you might not. I don't know how many more times these waves will come through, but at the moment we're at 189.87, about to break through 190 again, after having just hit the low a couple minutes ago of 182.68. Fascinating pattern of destructive selling coming in here, and yet the market does nothing about it. SEC, New York, no one blinks, no one twitches, no one seems to care. What can I tell you? It is the market. It is what it is. It's being affected by powers that feel immune. 21.5 million volume now on GameStop shares, 188.65 last trade. Pat, IPO will allow their members to trade on their stock directly through their app. What does this mean, Uncle Bruce? Love your hair, by the way. I don't understand for IPOE. I don't know what you're talking about. I know there's a story out there about Robinhood. The story about Robinhood was that they were proposing to allow investors to buy IPO stock through the Robinhood app. The problem with all that is Robinhood will not be an underwriter of a publicly traded company. Robinhood will be part of the syndicate group. In other words, there'll be a brokerage firm that will be allocated 1/10 of the stock that's going to be issued under the IPO. So it's going to sell 100 million shares. Maybe Robinhood would get 5 million or 10 million shares. Now, you want to buy a hot IPO that Robinhood happens to have a chunk of, you put an order in for 100 shares, hoping you get it, and you'll end up getting 1 share because there's no way they can fill the orders. If it's a hot IPO, it'll be oversubscribed. So in the case of of a Robinhood, what they might end up doing for investors is they'll say, we'll let you order the stock and we'll allocate what we can based on the interest level. Well, you might get half a share. That's it. And it's an $80 underwriting, and the stock's going to open at $120, and you got a half a share. You're up $40 a share on half a share. You're up $20. Still a gain, but that might be the way it's going to go. No one's going to be able to get a big chunk of an IPO through Robinhood that I can discern, if I can figure out. I don't know. That might be what it is. So this question here might be more to do with that rather than with IPOE. But I'm just guessing. I don't know for sure. Okay, 180 on GameStop, down $2 a share. 181 right now, being attacked. 179 low. We're going to see this. I'm telling you, we're going to see this all day here. The attacks keep coming. The amount of volume coming in now at 21.9 million, another 500,000 just came in. This is serious selling. It's hundreds of millions of dollars of selling power that they're hitting this market with. They're trying to drive the market down. They're trying to break the spirit of the investors. 178.60 right now is what I'm showing. 177.83. They're trying to convince the army of buyers that you're wrong and it's going lower. The problem for the shorters is the army just keeps coming. These army ants just keep coming. They don't worry about what happens over here or over here. The whole thing is one big living organism, and it's just going to swallow up these guys. But in the minute-to-minute day trading activity level here, you don't know. And so that's why we're watching, all this crazy shenanigan going on all at the same time. 22.2 million now traded. That's 1.4 million in the last 10 minutes or something like that. That is serious volume of selling, but also of buying. This is all being picked up. And I don't think it's for sale for $1 or more. I don't think the stock is for sale at a $5 flip either. So we'll see here. The battle royale continues on. 178.47 on GameStop, 178.95 over here. Back and forth goes the waging war on the stock. Thank you, everybody, for being here today with me since an hour before the opening today. We've had quite the run on GameStop, as high as $218 a share. It is off $40 from its high. Think about that. It's off $40 from its high this morning on short attacks. This isn't a bunch of small investors trying to take profits. This is pure targeted selling going on. And you got to ask yourself, where's the equilibrium today? 180 right now on the stock. The low has been in the last 5-10 minutes, 176. Now trading at 181 on the day, up $5 from the low. Now 182.50, moving up again. Volume 22.6 million continues to climb on this stock as this morning wears on. That's what we got here. 183.47, 184.29 coming on again. The stock is being picked up by bargain hunters here, and the shorters are getting caught shorting at 176, and now it's trading 184. They've shorted it down to 180, went up to 190. They were shorting it at 190, went to 200. But the pattern is still here, down, 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 down as they try to attack this thing. Somebody has pockets that are hundreds of millions of dollars deep, and they're trying to overrun the market with stock sales. I don't know if they'll be successful, but that's what's been going on. It's now 183.93. The stock's up 18 cents on the day. So it's turned green. AMC down to 10.47, down 47 cents a share. Bad day on AMC, unfortunately. But here on GameStop, 142.40 is where I see the last trade. 182.80 now. Looks like another attack might be happening here as we speak. But the waves of buying and selling will keep coming and keep coming. Thank you so much for seeing me today. I appreciate this. We'll catch you today at 3 o'clock, 1 hour before the close. 5,200 thumbs ups right now, 120 on the downside. Thank you for all the thumbs ups of support. I appreciate it. Thank you for all these super chats today as well. Appreciate that. And we will stay on this market. Keep an eye on things. 182.29 now. on the stock coming up back on again. I'll be watching it between now and the 3 o'clock show. Anything really crazy goes on, I'll just kick in at any time. You never know. But make sure you hit the bell notification icon if you subscribe to my channel. Please consider subscribing. Thank you very much, everybody. I will catch you at 3 o'clock Eastern time for the last 2 hours of the activity today. And we'll see you at 3 o'clock Eastern. And thank you for being here for all this activity. Bye for now.